Hi, welcome to the show. Hi, Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing lovely. Matthew, how are you doing?
Very well. I'm Matthew. Brandon is here.
I'm Brandon. This is Andy. Matt's talking.
Andrew.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Matthew.
Yes. Brandu.
Brandrew.
Andrew, Matthew, Brandu.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Talking Reckless Podcast, episode 300 and change. 27. We're all here.
Did we do anything for 300? We didn't.
No, 305 we did.
Oh, right.
Goes bitch, I'm worldwide.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
We're bringing her down. We're bringing her down low a little bit today. We used up all our energy last show.
Yeah, it's all gone.
If you're looking for
fuck
energy,
that. All right, I'm here. I am hyped. I am super sweaty. Just like did my walkout and got sprayed up, so I am dripping
the
wet.
body oil on you, people rubbing you down. Got the trunks
right.
on.
Sexy.
Very sexy. Yeah, I saw a very hairy man in a show on Netflix called The Umbrella Academy. Very hairy. Think like Sam Squatch hairy.
Yes.
Very hairy shoulders. I bet I have hairier shoulders than that guy does.
You have, I would say, not notoriously, because that makes it sound like a bad thing. Famously hairy shoulders.
Famously hairy shoulders. Yeah. It's thick. It's rich. You
Yeah.
could.
Raise a village in there.
I saw a bobby pin somewhere on the table. That was from my shoulder hair. Actually, that's what keeps it in place. Yeah.
Under control.
You should
I don't know what under control. But
I wonder if there's something cool you could do with like having it flow into your beard, like up the shoulders.
I don't know about cool.
Like
but
up the shoulders and then up the
Unique.
neck into the.
Yeah, right into the mustache.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That'd be something.
Yeah.
You'd have to, or like if you got rid of the beard and then like the mustache went down the side of your face, down underneath your chin, and then along the side of your neck and then along your shoulders.
I wonder. I don't know. I don't know how well I grow on. I'm like where my jugular
On the
is.
side of the
Yeah,
neck.
I don't.
Gotta let her go.
We have to find a way to
See what
get from
happens.
the back to the beard.
That's right. I'm sure we can. I'm sure it'll like chest up to. Don't worry. It'll all. Find me on my OnlyFans if you want.
Might have to go all the way down.
see my
come up the front.
No, the old wrap around there.
Shaggy coin purse.
Gross. Stop it. God, gross. Like a toad made out of carpet. How is everybody this
let's
week?
fucking wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm in a weird mood. It's so fucking hot
It
here.
is.
It's nice in the basement though.
Yeah, it's not bad at all down here.
We got a storm rolling in as we speak. Mm-hmm. It's gonna bring
Hopefully.
down that temperature right down to 20 aughts.
That'll be nice. That'll
2
be,
watts?
Yeah.
Weekend's gonna be groovy.
It's supposed to be like 30.
Not this weekend. No way.
No,
It's
I think
supposed
we're
to be
done.
like 25.
I think this was the day. This was the last day.
Freedom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's gonna
shit.
be like a nice 20, 25 over the weekend.
What?
It's gonna be fucking cold.
Yeah, sweaters, boys. What's even going on this weekend? What's going on with hockey? The fuck is up with the world?
Oh God!
The playoffs?
Okay,
Okay,
so,
so-
we're recording this on Thursday. Tomorrow is a big game.
And the next day.
Can we just have
Timeout,
Is this how they
timeout.
call timeout?
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretend I know literally nothing, not about hockey, but about
Sports.
sports, everything. Is this
The world
just the
outside
playoffs?
your home.
Is this just the playoffs they're doing?
This is just the playoffs. So,
Okay.
I'll try and keep it interesting.
I may
but not
have
too,
questions
yes,
here at some point.
So generally in hockey,
That's the one with the puck on the ice.
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. You at the end of the regular season, usually ends in mid-April. Always ends in mid-April as long as there's not a pandemic or a worker strike. There is a playoff. 8 teams from the West, 8 teams from the East. Standard tournament.
Play their conferences.
Yeah. Play all the way. You win the West, you win the East, then you play for the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
Because of the pandemic and the fact that they had to cut the regular season short in March, they have come back and kind of done an expanded playoffs where they basically took the best 4 teams on each side and they're like, okay, you guys are in the next round already. You guys get buys.
Oh, weird.
And they took the
fuck, they're
next-
like the universes from the Battle of Power.
Exactly. Yeah, now you're
Oh,
talking.
shit. It's the Tournament of Power, I mean.
there you go. He's gonna have no further questions.
And then they took the next 8 and basically said, you guys play each other in a little best of 5 series. And the winners get to go on to play those teams that already moved on. And then you're kind of, once you get to that, then you're back in like regular playoff mode. Then it's 8 teams on each side. Play all the way to the end.
Edmonton
Edmonton
did
has
not
to
get a
play.
bye.
Edmonton did not get a bye. They missed a bye by 1 point.
Oh, wow.
They literally
Yeah.
they didn't need to win another game. They just needed to like survive 60 minutes and lose another game in extra time. That's all it would have taken. And they would have got that bye.
Is our
Then they
hockey team
wouldn't-
good in the grand scheme of
They were
chill?
5th out of 16 in the West.
Okay, that sounds okay.
Yeah, by point percentage, which is what they used to do it this year.
Yeah.
So yes, they were a above average team, but they just missed the bye, and then they had to play a very bad team, the worst team to make the Western Conference playoffs, in a best of 5 series, and they're down 2-1.
Oh, good.
So they have to win
Is it tomorrow?
Friday and Saturday.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Who we playing? Who we getting crushed by?
Chicago.
Oh, you son of a. God damn you.
It's tough.
They're fucking turning it up
Yeah,
too,
they're
like
very-
fucking out of nowhere.
And
just
there's kind of this thing with like they were 12th out of 16. They were not very good. They would not have made the playoffs if it was a regular year, but because they did this big expanded thing, they barely snuck in. But it's also like no one's played hockey in months, and it's kind of like no one really knows who's good and bad anymore. It's like who came in better shape, and
Who spent the pandemic
Yeah,
panicking and who was working
right,
out.
and who was working, and just random teams can show up and be like Carolina. I think they were 6th and played New York.
it's New York, yeah.
It's definitely New York, but I
Yeah.
can't remember if it was 6. But anyway, someone they're not way better than, and just absolutely smoked them.
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah,
And
like, it feels like
wow.
anything can happen.
terrifying. If you're
Yes.
a good team, that sucks. But
Yes.
if you were like a below good team, you're like, man.
I mean, if the Oilers don't move past this round, there will be a part of me that's like, well, at least now I can just enjoy the rest of this. But right now, it's like, for fuck's sakes, like, fuck
I need
me.
him to go out.
Yeah.
I need him to, for the sake of this podcast, I need those
No,
boys
don't
to
say
win.
that.
No,
Don't say that.
God, no. Podcast.
You have to remember, Eads, we've made the playoffs before this year once in like a decade and a half.
Oh, there's no remember, sir. This
Yeah.
is the first time I'm hearing about this.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like we don't make the playoffs often enough to be like, we don't really need this one. Like we're suckling at the teat of playoffs right now, just trying to get every drop we can get.
Yeah, and for as good as we played before the season got shut down, it's like there's no reason we should be struggling.
Nothing
right now.
matters.
Yeah.
You might as well have not even ranked the teams because they're like, I don't know. It's fucking months later. No one's good. No one's bad.
There's been a big shakeup.
Yeah.
Anybody playing Blaze Ball at all? Blaze Ball.
No,
Is that a smoking weed metaphor?
Yeah.
that is
So it's with an S. It's like baseball,
Right.
but with an S, an L
L.
inserted.
Blazeball.
Blazeball.
it is the kind of thing, and I totally get like you can't see a global pandemic coming, but if this would have hit when the sports went down, it's the only thing anyone would be talking about.
It is.
But it hit right when the sports came back, and so I was like, I could not give less of a shit right now.
It is fantasy baseball.
Oh, okay.
So there are I think there are 16 teams. I'm a proud supporter of the Canadian Moist Talkers. Our motto, which sucks in this pandemic time. I don't know, is spray it, don't say it. We're the Moist Talkers
Do we only have one team in
from
our
Canada.
nation?
Yeah. And so it is like, oh man, how do you? It's kind of like a clicker almost in a way. I guess you have a currency, and these teams are not actually playing. They just play in a little text box, and you're just getting like blank up the bat, blank, hit a grounder to first, blank did whatever. And it's playing these games in about 10 or 15 minutes. And you're betting on them, and you can win currency, yada yada yada. You are you can invest in your team, so every time they win, you get passive currency. And there's a few different kind of things you can do to make yourself money. I forgot to say, let me just say the commissioner is doing a great job.
Bootlicker.
I almost forgot. And so you're earning this currency, but then they're also, it's in beta and seems like they're adding features as they go because, so I started playing and there are votes. You have to buy your right to vote. I have not yet bought my right to vote because I'm just earning currency. But at some point, someone voted for, I don't know, I think it just said peanuts. I think the vote was, you want to vote for peanuts? That's all it said, peanuts. And peanuts got voted for every season of the week, by the way. Saturday, postseason, Sunday we rest. So for these seasons in this disciplinary, we have peanuts now, which means every now and again the weather, which is like sun, rain, sometimes it's lots of birds, can be peanuts. And the crowd can throw peanuts, which is a currency you have that I don't quite know how to get yet. But
Sounds very complicated.
it's kind of not, but anyways, you throw the peanuts, and sometimes players who are allergic to peanuts will die. A peanut will go in that player's mouth, and that player will die and will be gone for fucking ever, and then a new random player will like appear on your team. And so it seems like you are kind of accruing as much currency as you can, maybe saving for a while, and then trying to vote whatever. There's a bunch of different vote things of like. One of them is I'm probably going to misquote a lot of these. Something to the effect of like replace 4 random players on every team. Half of every team is just gone.
Right.
Which if your team blows, awesome. But if your team's really good, maybe you don't want to vote for that. And a lot of them are just nonsensical. Like they just say birds. You vote for birds. Sometimes 4,000 birds fly on the field now. I don't know what it means.
Tell me about the stats.
The stats.
Yeah, there's like capitalism stats.
I don't know where to find that.
Okay.
So every player has crazy stats.
Yeah.
Things like capitalism, which must be
pride and
like willingness to steal bases. Or I have no idea what those stats equate to.
they're all hilariously vague.
But yes, and the only other vote I know that passed besides peanuts, there's been a few of them, is discipline, which put us in the discipline era.
Ooh, a paddling.
Yeah, and so now it says baseball, the discipline era on the top, and sometimes rogue umpires will just vaporize one of your players for reasons I don't yet understand. But it's kind of weird and fun. I don't know. We really. I'm trying to think who we gave it to. Maybe like the New York Millennials or someone. We really. No, they have to be. So we're in the chaotic. There's 4 leagues, just like hockey.
Yep.
We're in the Chaotic Evil League. I think the Moist Talkers were top of the Chaotic Evil League for a while.
Okay.
But I think we're like 2nd or 3rd now or something.
So we're an above
terrible.
average team.
I think we might be below average now.
Well,
Yeah, it's very early in the season though, right? It changes so fast.
I guess so.
And also, you play a season every week. So what's today? Thursday. The season is like we
Is
are
it halfway through the season.
Yeah, no, the season will be over by the end of Friday, and then Saturday is postseason.
Right, Saturday's postseason.
Yeah, Sunday we rest.
I would, and this is a tough thing for me to grasp because I equate it to sports,
Yeah, it's
which
it's
you're kind of
only,
supposed to do.
only the betting on sports part. So it's supposed to apparently create the feeling of I guess if you are a like,
camaraderie and togetherness.
well, exactly. If you are a seasoned sports bettor, especially on baseball, I guess you are just literally like looking at readouts just like this of like, I don't give a fuck about the game. I just need to know if whoever hit this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I guess it is very much meant to be it is a fantasy baseball.
Strip it down as far as you can strip it down.
Yeah, totally. Where like you're just seeing bases, you're just seeing a 1-word sentence about like, they swung and struck out or
It's like
whatever.
the Game Center thing on MLB.com. And it's just like a guy's face and a guy's face and then like dots to show what's happening and like numbers at the bottom.
That is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll have text and it'll say things like 4,256 birds flew on the field. You're like, oh, what does
what?
that mean?
Yeah.
And then they just continue to play. But it's fun. It's totally a clicker. You check every now and again. You're like, oh look, I won some of my games. I'll play some more bets, and my passive currency increases over time, and it's just a fun thing to talk about. I don't know, and like recounting some of the dumb, clearly not baseball games as though they were baseball games is very good. Like yesterday, for example, the Canadian Moist Talkers at bat was put under an enormous amount of pressure on it because one of our players swallowed a peanut. Our best fucking batter, Elijah Marijuana or something. They all have really good names too. Or like Helen Garbage, or I can't remember who our prime batter was, swallowed a goddamn peanut, and then we lost like our next fucking 8 games in a row or some shit.
Was he allergic to peanuts?
He must have been.
Because I was going to say, I feel like peanuts would be a power up for a lot of baseball players.
Yeah.
One peanut.
Well,
Be like a sensu bean.
Anybody want a peanut? I think you can assume maybe everybody is allergic until they're not.
I guess, yeah.
that's a safe way to live,
You're
but
just,
Yeah.
as a fan of peanut butter,
yeah.
Love it.
I'll walk around town with my jar of peanut butter open, just fucking shoveling it into my gut.
I saw someone posted in our Discord, I think maybe, but it was a Florida man. Apparently was coating his fists in peanut butter and attacking his peanut allergy neighbors, which I think is very funny.
It's very petty. That is
Not funny, obviously,
Like
but really fucking funny.
It's pretty
Yeah.
funny, yeah.
Like
Poison,
it could
poison
equate to
damage on
murder,
the old
but it's the
knuckles.
way he went about it.
Yeah. The fact that he had to like put it on his fists.
That's Blazeball in a nutshell. Exciting stuff. I know.
Yeah.
Andrew, we have something very important to discuss here
Yeah,
on
we
this
should
show.
probably get to it.
Yeah,
This is an intervention
We
as
maybe
much
should have
as a
left this.
podcast.
That's right.
Do we have to do it right off the top?
Yes,
It's important.
Okay.
it's very important, Andrew.
All right.
There's something
Because if you're gonna like walk out of here in the middle of this, then I'd rather just shut the show down now than waste all of our time before
Yeah.
it happens.
Why would I walk out of here in the middle of it? What time is it? right now?
Interventions can
Is it
get
9
very.
yet?
Have you never seen the show Intervention? It can get very emotionally charged.
I
You
got a
know?
ways to go for 9, so I won't walk out.
Brando and I wrote some letters. All right, we're just gonna read them to you.
Also have some from your family.
That's right. We're just gonna ask you not to speak till we're finished, and then there will be time for commentary.
Okay, I can keep my mouth shut.
I've never actually seen the show Intervention, but I think that's
Me
what
neither.
I think that's what they
I've
do.
seen enough interventions in sitcoms to understand how it works. So,
True.
you know,
And those ones are
how-
always deadly serious.
How I Met Your Mother, Friends,
Yeah.
fucking Big Bang Theory, probably at some point.
They had that whole How I Met Your Mother
Young.
episode about interventions. That was funny.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It
Dude,
was
there was a
like
whole thing.
it was like
Everybody was
everyone
getting
had
one.
had an they were just remembering every intervention they had ever had.
Yeah, for whatever
It
it
was
was.
a good show.
Yeah, it was a
And then it
tremendous
ended
show.
like shit from what I heard. I
Yeah,
never
well, it
finished
wasn't the greatest ending, but still a very, very fantastic program. Compared to other shows that have terrible endings, Game of Thrones, eons be of that. The ending was still good, whereas Game of Thrones was shit.
I think
that
I'd
makes
still
sense.
rather watch Game of Thrones than How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, well,
though.
Matt, you just fucking get out with it. What you need to
All
tell
right.
me right now. I've had
No,
enough
what
you
have you been
trashing
playing,
on me,
Andrew?
but-
What have you been playing? What have you been playing?
A lot of Paper Mario lately.
That's not what I obviously want you.
You guys told me to be quiet, and you're going to dive into this, so just fucking do it.
I
do
was
it now.
joking, Andrew. We didn't really write you letters. These are my show notes.
Do it.
You have the same ones.
Hit me with the intervention.
I didn't bring letters either.
I've been playing League of Legends lately.
Oh, you should let me take a drink so I can. What? In 2020?
I know. I first fired it up now.
This is literally your first time ever playing League of Legends.
Yeah, I've never ventured into the game before. I've never really watched anything about it before, and it's all because I moved in with a couple of new roommates and they play League of Legends. So I was like, well, fuck, whatever. I'll download it so I can play with you guys.
Desperate to find ways to interact with you people.
No, I just because that's just what they're doing, right? So I'm like, oh fuck, whatever. I'll give it a go. Why not? And you know, I've kind of always been curious about games like that.
This
But
is your first MOBA? Have you ever played a MOBA before?
no, I haven't. So
Great.
well,
You're
no,
starting
we
off
played-
with the perfect one.
You and I played like Heroes of the Storm and stuff a few times.
Oh, yeah,
but-
we played Little Heroes.
yeah, but you know, I just kind of it
That's
was.
pretty much League. That's very one-to-one to League of Legends.
Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't good at that game either. We didn't play that much, but I don't know. I thought this was a good opportunity just to give it another go. And
It's very funny because it's been around for so long that so many of us have like fallen in love and out of love and maybe started playing again and then quit forever. It's very funny to me that someone
That someone
not
exists
funny. It's
who is just now
Yeah.
playing their first
kind
game
of.
of League
It'd
of
be like if
Legends.
someone today was like, I played my first game of Fortnite. I'd be like, whoa, really?
Yeah.
You've never in your life played Fortnite? That's kind of weird.
yeah, because
And then this is kind of like that, but like way older.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, it is odd, but here I am.
How are the kids? How is the community? It's probably as good as I left it.
Oh, it's as toxic as ever.
Very positive.
No, it's terrible. They told me, my buddies were just like, "Hey, Andy, make sure you don't look over at your chat while we were playing."
You should
And I
turn
was-
it off.
Well, and I
if
asked
you want a
them-
fucking sanity check, turn that goddamn
Yeah,
chat
well,
off.
I don't even look at it though. Like I'm fucking like I honestly, they told me about it, and I was like, oh, and I like glanced at it for a second, and then I was like, my mind isn't programmed yet to like be able to read it quick enough to keep up with it. So I'm just too fucking busy trying to figure out what the fuck is going on half the time.
Yeah.
That I'm like,
it's just-
oh, the chat's there. I forgot about it, and then I just completely forget that it's in my peripheral vision.
There's I don't even to watch League of Legends today. I truly do not recognize the game. It is so different than like you still have your 3 lanes and there's a river in the middle. But even that is not even close to the same as how it used to be. It's very different now. And then like how
Lot
many
of
heroes? How
characters.
many heroes are there? Yeah,
Like 150.
what the fuck,
It's
dude?
fucked.
That's
Yeah.
too
That's too
many.
many.
And also, you don't get them all for free. That's a game where I mean, you can probably play for 1,000 years and maybe unlock them all.
Yeah,
but you
you
get a rotating like 12 or 14 or whatever every week to pick from.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But yeah, I don't know, whatever. Like, yeah, I'm not playing it being like, oh fuck, I love this game, I can't wait to play more of it. But I'm just kind of like,
It'll
if
get
it-
its hooks in you.
Well,
the
maybe.
competitive nature.
maybe if it starts, you know, and I have had a couple of moments where I'll fucking like run a guy over and I'm like, fuck yeah, and then
Yeah.
I can't do it again. But you know,
And Lux has the character you play. Lux has like a special beam cannon basically for her ultimate.
well, I love that super because you freeze a guy and then you fucking bean cannon
Oh,
him and then
yeah.
you just fucking
beam cannon.
and then you just
the bean
fucking
cannon.
bean cannon them, and then you just fucking peg them with beans, and then fuck, next thing you know they're dead.
Oh, yeah.
We played though, so I was playing that mode, just the main mode with her, and then we played a mode where it's rotating characters and like you're on a bridge, and it's
all
like basically
random, all middle.
Yeah.
Commonly called ARAM for short.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I hate you. So I'm playing.
You're learning.
I'm
teaching you.
I don't want to learn it.
ARAM.
So I'm playing ARAM, ramming down the fucking bridge. Brando's plugging his ears. Or sorry, Brandon. So
Thank you.
Brandu. Andrew Matthew Brandu. So I played that mode where it's like random characters. I fucking
That's my
hate-
favorite one.
Oh,
you
fuck.
don't like that one?
They like it too because like once I maybe start to get some heroes, I'll
Yeah.
like it. But like I'm fucking around with somebody and
It's like the heroes mode in Star Wars.
It can be fun too if you don't have very many heroes. Well, I guess they rotate every week, so that doesn't help you. When you have a small group of heroes, though, you often get those heroes because it's all random from what you have.
yeah, and I mean it's good that I'm learning them, but
Yeah, it's a fun. It's fast too. It's like 15 minutes.
yeah,
it's
it's fucking tough though. Still, like
It's a-
fuck, you get to the middle and you're both just like both people are kind of like
That's how
who's
you
gonna
gotta do it,
and
yeah.
then one guy goes and then fucking you just get fucking shit mixed by the rest of them.
You gotta
and
wait
it's-
for someone to make a mistake. That's a really good way to learn how to do like the team fights and stuff.
Yeah, I can't. Trying to like figure out the moves and stuff. There's some of them where I'm just like, I'll be hitting the button for her to do a move and I'll read it 10 times and I'm like, I still don't fucking understand what this is doing. Like, am I actually hitting this guy or what the fuck is going on here?
Which one? Ask me about. I know Lux. I assuming none of her abilities have changed.
No,
in
I know.
8 years.
No, I have fucking Lux locked down.
Okay.
I know how to play Lux.
All right, well, I'm not
so if I'm
I
playing
have
with
no
Lux,
idea
I'm
then.
good. It's
She still say illuminate the enemy in a really fucking stupid way that makes me laugh every time.
you mean the way that gives me an erection?
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, she says all that stuff all the time, and then I
Great.
immediately think to myself, "You've done fuck all. I don't know why you're excited about any of this. We're going to die."
Didn't realize our plan was to instantly die and let down our team.
Yeah, exactly. No, I like playing as her, but yeah, who the fuck? I don't know. There was somebody that's playing it as that had like a bow, I think, and yeah, fuck, who knows? Like,
They're when I stopped playing, I think there were under 100 heroes. So who fucking knows?
yeah, I don't know. And I just, yeah. So, I mean, I'll probably watch, like, it just seems like the type of game, like, I need to fucking do homework on in
Yeah.
order to play it.
Yeah.
And, like, even to my roommates, like, they'll fucking sit downstairs and they'll throw up a streamer on the TV or whatever and, like, watch somebody play League while they're eating lunch and shit. I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's what we used to do when we played League.
like, fuck, I don't want to do that.
It's like watching hockey, only I play League or played League, right?
Gonna go ahead and say that was not a good analogy.
What are you talking about? I like to watch professional hockey. You like to watch professional hockey. You don't even fucking play hockey. Someone likes to watch professional league. They play League.
Right, but you're, like, studying it, though.
Why is that such a... I'm sure if you want to make the show, you probably study the NHL.
I'm not judging because of it, because I get it. I get it.
Sounded like you were.
I'm
Andy.
not judging because of it. I'm just saying I don't want to do that if it means that's what I need to do
Oh, I
to
see.
get good at this game. That makes, yeah.
Like
So-
it's very much the I don't play
I
hockey.
mean, nobody
that,
has to.
That makes me want to watch hockey. Where
Yeah.
it's like I can just watch these dope guys do it. I'm not learning. I'm not studying. I'm just watching the very best in the world at what they do.
yeah. Whereas,
It's like, like Krillin got like really strong from just being near Goku. It's kind of like that, you know? You watch the pros and you're like, oh, fuck.
I also
Well, yeah,
think
I-
there's something about like specifically because there's way less of a physical aspect of it, where it's like, oh, I could learn a lot and use this
Yeah.
while watching these guys. Whereas in hockey, it's like,
Maybe next time I'm on
I
the,
see what you're doing there, but unfortunately, I can't skate 60 miles an hour. So
Yeah.
sorry, not happening, McDavid. Yeah, so that's what I mean, right? Like, I don't want to do like a whole bunch of. I don't want to watch videos on how to use separate heroes and.
It's like anything though, right? You don't have to do any of that. You can put in as much or as little. It's like Overwatch.
Right.
In Overwatch, you can go and be like, oh, I'm gonna watch these videos and see who does what.
But I started Overwatch on day one, so that's completely different, right? Because I, rose with everybody else in that game. Didn't rise super high,
Yeah,
but I was still there at the beginning, right? I was there at the beginning, so I started to get it with everybody else. Jumping into this, I'm so far behind everybody else that it's like, man, if I want to get up to any sort of level that I'm kind of doing okay, I feel like I got to do some like extra homework.
You'll be okay. You'll be fine. The base level is honestly like low enough that once you learn the basic concepts and like you get a little bit of mini-map awareness where you're like, oh fuck, I just know because I am like in my peripherals I've learned to watch that the person on the bottom is missing and that means they might be coming to kill me, so I'm gonna back up and you'll get it. You'll get it.
Things like that. All right, as long as it's a game that I can just play and learn, then I'm good with it. But like,
Oh, and don't worry, people will be sure to tell you what you're doing wrong. Don't worry, just
Oh, yeah,
you
well,
watch that chat.
yeah,
And
that's like video games ever. I'm not watching the chat, so I already the worst insult I've had so far is somebody called me a bot, but that was it. So
their bots are very bad.
we're doing that on Twitter too.
Yeah.
It's not just games.
Yeah.
But doesn't that have like some kind of sexual connotation or?
Call somebody a bot?
You're thinking of slut.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, if you're not a top, you're a bot. What else you been playing?
Like if you're on the bottom, no.
Stop it.
That's
Okay.
Well, no, but
Stop. Don't look at me.
Rude.
He's talking to you. Don't look at me.
Andrew,
What else am I playing?
what are you play some Fall Guys?
Yeah, I have been playing some Fall Guys.
Have
Let
you
me tell you about
won
a game that I like and want to spend all my time playing that isn't League of Legends.
Paper Mario and the.
No, I was going to tell you about Fall Guys.
Oh, okay.
Fucking Fall Guys is fantastic. I didn't hear about that game until somebody at work brought it up. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's just this game. It's this battle royale where
I
you
think
like
it just came out. Like
The
Yeah.
fuck from work is playing Fall
It
Guys.
was Ty.
he's got PSN Plus.
Virgin.
Oh,
Probably.
shit.
Yeah,
This is like the
he was
free
play-
PSN
he was-
Plus
he
game
was
of the
playing
month.
on
is-
PlayStation, yeah. So, and I was like, well, shit. Well, I gotta buy it if I'm gonna play it on PC. And I was like, the other day I was thinking about how much money I don't have and thought, fuck it, let's do this.
Been there.
So I bought it and I fucking really like it. It's
How much is it?
$20 or just over $20 on PC. So yeah, it's fine.
Get it on PS Plus.
Yeah, no, play it on your PlayStation. Obviously, you also can't play it on the computer. So, which is a shame because it'd be great to play with you. Hopefully, they have crossplay at some point. But it's an awesome game. Like, yeah.
What is the Fall Guys?
So you're this little bean. A lot of bean talk on the pod this week. And
Brother, every week.
it's a battle royale style game, except it's based off of
100 beans drop onto an island.
no, not 100. It's 60.
60 beans drop onto an island.
And you get dropped onto an obstacle course. So I think there's 4 tiers for the obstacle course, and people slowly get eliminated as you move forward, right? So you get dropped in the first one. It's a qualifying round. So it's essentially start here, get to the end of it. First 35 people to the end qualify for the next round.
Sure.
And you're just fucking running and bumping into people and getting knocked around. Like, think of have you guys ever watched Wipeout?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the show, the TV,
the TV show. It's essentially Wipeout courses, except you're this clumsy ass little bean. They're all bumping off each other, making these stupid ass little noises. And if you get hit by something, it just sends you fucking packing across the level, and then you gotta like get back up.
Sounds all right.
Start wobbling your way over the finish line again, and it's really fun. Like
I love a good game that when I do badly, I laugh a lot.
Oh yeah, it also too. The great thing about it is that it's a game that you're not hopping in it to do good. And that's why I'm looking forward to hopefully eventually being able to play this with other people, because I think it's going to be fucking, it's just a perfect game to have a bunch of drinks with a bunch of friends and fucking hop in this thing and fucking just give her. And yeah, like.
Does it seem very skill based?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Like, I was going to, one of the ways I'll describe it, and I don't want to discourage anybody by saying this, but it kind of reminds me of like a Mario Party mini game.
Yeah, you took the words out of my brain.
Yeah, it really does. But because you're just getting thrown into this madness and you're just fucking going like.
And like Mario Party minigames, there's maybe like a modicum of skill. You can sort of tip the scales a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean,
But your little cousin who's never played in their life might just come in there and
Yep,
stomp you. 2 out of 3.
absolutely, just cream you.
and that's totally what this is. Like, it's so much of it is chance based. Like, you're not playing fucking Apex where a lot of it comes down to skill at the end. Sometimes there's chance because it's battle royale, but this is like, you can't really be good at this game because there's like 3 controls. You grab, you jump, you dive, and you move, and you just got to make your way through this
You
level.
like grab other people.
Yeah, you can. So, but it doesn't really, like, you kind of hold on to them for a second. It's for some mini games. So you'll like hold on to them for a second, but then you just kind of let go. It's not like you're dragging them around anywhere. There's some dickheads who will stand at the end of the level at the finish line and try to like grab people and stop them, which is kind of fucking annoying.
That's very funny.
Yeah, but it's part of, like, I don't even get mad.
And then
because
they are taking themselves out to do that?
Well, but like, you have to get like, so 35 people say need to cross the finish line to qualify. So if they're like 10th there, they'll just stand there and fuck with people until it gets near the end, then they'll just run across.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
okay.
and
So
it doesn't-
You knock number 11 back to like 50th or whatever.
But you don't.
You're like, haha, fuck you, and then you go in.
See, the thing is, though, is that you don't. Like, you can't really do anything. Like, you can maybe push somebody off the edge if they're stupid enough and you go over there. But otherwise, like people will just stand there, they'll just like grab you and you'll go, oh, pook, and then you just fucking run to the finish line anyways.
no.
Like, it doesn't really fucking
Just
matter.
trying to be a slight inconvenience to
Yeah,
your day.
they're just being a dickhead. That's all it is, really. But yeah, like even right now talking about him smiling, and I can't wait to get home and play some more rounds. Like so there's one, like, it's just the ridiculousness of it when all these fucking little beans are trying to fucking like finish a level and not die. There's one where you're on a platform and walls rotate around the platform.
Oh, I see
and
this one.
Sure.
You're on a base. You're not on a conveyor belt, but the walls are coming around on the platform, and there will be a hole that you got to get through in order to avoid getting pushed off by the wall. And you get pushed in slime. It's slime you're trying not to land in the whole time. So fucking, you'll have like fucking 35 beans on a platform, and there'll be a tiny little opening in this wall, and they're all trying to pile. You're all trying to pile onto each other to get to this opening. It's just like woo, Like all
It
these
sounds pretty good.
fucking sound effects.
Yeah, that does sound pretty
and
good.
it's like, imagine like in a zombie movie when all the like World War Z or whatever, when all the zombies are like piling on each other
yeah.
trying to get through a wall. That's
just
what it
like
looks
that.
like with these beans sometimes, just fucking piling onto each other.
What's the name of that Japanese game show where they dubbed it over MXC?
MXC, yeah.
Do you ever see MXC?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's essentially
Reminds
like
me
a
a lot of
wipeout,
that.
except very violent.
Yeah,
Like,
and
you watch
everybody
it.
goes at once. Wipeout, one person goes at a time, I think, right? And because
Yeah.
it's on
Yeah.
this big crazy course. In
It's not
MXC,
supposed to.
everybody just fucking goes.
Oh, okay.
I think I've
I
seen
think it
some-
depends on the. Like it depends
Yeah,
on
sometimes there
on the
are.
round, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember when they had the one where they jump on the stones, but some of the stones would sink
Oh,
when
yeah.
you land on them.
You're the
And it
ones
was
that, like-
one at a time, but you just see people like jump on like a stone that was sinking and try and jump off of it, and then just like break their sternum on
Yeah.
one that didn't sink
Ribs
right in
first
front
into
of
one
it.
of those. I think this is even a mode from the game where you have to smash through doors and some of them don't open.
Yeah, that's straight out.
That's
of
my
MXC.
favorite MXC
Yeah.
one because some of them are just cemented shut. So people
Yeah.
are like charging into these doors at full sprint. It's conk. Dude goes down.
Yeah, I think that I haven't played that one, but I've seen a few clips. That I think that's a Fall Guys level as well
Yeah.
too. There's one, and I haven't even played all the levels, but I want to like talk about all of them, so I'll try to keep it to my favorite ones. There's one that I haven't played, but you can like watch to the end of the round, right? Just like any other game, and just kind of see how everything plays out. I think it's actually for the final mode for the one winner or whatever. But there's one where you have just straightaway of just squares. So imagine a Mario level, like where the squares disappear. Except so you have this entire straightaway plane of squares, and the whole point of it is to get to the other side, but you don't know which squares are going to fall. There's only one path that you can follow to get to the other side, and you don't know until you step on the square whether or not it's activated. So there's guys that need to like, everybody like comes
Can
to
you
the...
like respawn? Can you like
Yeah, do you have
step
time
on
to
one
get
that
off a falling
falls? and
Not
you
really,
get
no,
off?
not on this one. Like if you step on one that's going to fall, you're
it's
going
just
down.
blind luck.
But so everybody like, so the mode starts and everybody runs to the edge, and everybody's like trying to like push other people onto it so that they touch the squares first, and then as soon as a path starts to form, and remember there's only one path. There's like 25 fucking beans trying to get across. Everybody is just at the end of this fucking like snake of the only path, trying to like push each other and find the next path. And there's people diving over to the other path on the other side because it's only one square apart. It's incredible. It fucking
sounds really fun.
Yeah,
it does sound
makes me
dope.
laugh my ass off. It's so good. But it's all random, right? Oh, and there's another good one too where you have like it's a sky tower of platforms. So same idea. Every single level of the tower is filled with fall away platforms. So you land on a platform and then you start running around, and then eventually if you fall through that one, you go to the next level and you have to keep running around on that
And
level.
this one you do want to fall all the way down.
No. You don't want to fall because it's once again last person standing. But there's all those levels. So as the levels deteriorate, you're falling through. It's kind of like Kerplunk almost.
Yeah.
So you want to kind of run around on the platform and try to kind of trap other people so that they're going to get stuck and end up falling through. And then everybody just keeps falling until finally there's only one person remaining after you went through all the platforms. So like there'll be times where like I'm playing this fucking level and I fall, and then I miss 3 fucking levels because I passed through all of them because there's no things. And then you end up on a level so you're by yourself, so you run around for a little while. Then all the other guys come and then they're fucking making it fall away. And
That sounds dope.
yeah, it's really fun. But it's all just like, it's just random. Like
Yeah.
it's, there is a little bit of skill and you can kind of plan it out where you can kind of fuck somebody else over, but then you also run the risk of fucking yourself over if you do that.
But it's one of those games that it seems like, if you play that enough times, even if you never get better, eventually you're just going to get lucky and win.
Oh yeah,
around.
You would
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I've seen some clips online too. Where there's been people that are like, never give up in this game because you can get knocked back a whole bunch, but then you fucking grind your way back up there. And everybody else is just getting fucked by something, and then you just blow by them. And
sounds
then,
like a lot of fun.
Good, yeah. It's a real good, just like, and that's why I can't wait to like play with other people because it sounds like a real good like.
Yeah, we would eat that shit up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh
It's-
my goodness.
And it's fast. Like you lose around, get kicked out, hop back in, keep on rolling.
What's the winner thing called? Like the chicken dinner? Do they have a name for it?
I don't. You just get a crown. I don't know if they actually have a name. I think they just call it
King
winner or something
Bean.
like that. Yeah, I mean it should be called. King
I'd
Bean,
love
but
to be King Bean.
Yeah, it's it's good. It's really simple. There's so many good games. There's one where you got to run around. You'll have 3 teams, and the whole objective is half the people start with tails and half the people don't. Like you have a little tail on your back, kind of like Tanuki Mario. And
I've been to a furry.
yeah, you know
orgy,
what's up.
Andy.
You
I know what's up.
So you get a little tail on you, and then you have 3 teams, and the team with the most tails, that when the counter counts down as the winner.
Yeah,
so you
they
have to
are.
run around, you have to steal tails from people, and you get a tail on you, and then you have to run away from all the other beans. So you'll get like 5 of them chasing you, and they're coming off like platforms and stuff trying to get you.
Yeah, that seems dope.
You're trying to like deke them around hammers and stuff,
I'm
and
gonna check that out. I think.
yeah, it's real fun. Yeah, it's
Fall
a good game.
Guys.
Yeah, Fall Guys.
It is the PSN Plus free game of the month. One of them, if you have PSN Plus.
If you have PC though, I recommend you pay for it. Yeah, it's a good one to buy.
What?
Like if you have PC.
If you only have PC,
Oh, if you,
think it is
I
worth-
see.
you think
I
it is
see.
worth the
Yes.
$20.
If you
Yeah.
don't, if the free PlayStation is not an option.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Last thing I'll say about it too is since this game's definitely going to be sticking around, it's cool because like to add new levels and stuff and courses, so easy to do. Like
Yeah.
it's a game that can just be, as long as the team is creative enough, which I imagine they are if they made this masterpiece. Like you could just keep making new levels and rotating stuff, and
Sounds like we got another Game of the Year contender.
yeah,
Is it out or is it early access?
it's out now. Yeah, I'm certain it's out.
Okay.
Yeah, they just add stuff in though. It'd be no
Yeah,
different
totally.
than
Because
updating Apex or
the
whatever. Yeah.
levels are kind of just like floating pieces, like platforms.
Yeah,
in a lot
exactly.
of cases.
This
You can
reminds
just
me of
tack more
Gang
together.
Beasts.
A lot. Yeah, the physics on,
Yeah.
on the people look a lot like the
And even
game.
just like kind of the levels being like just kind of like in a astral plane kind of
Yeah.
platform world.
It kind of reminded me of Mario Sunshine when you do like the Mario levels without FLUDD. That's kind of what it is. It's just like this floating level.
the only good part. Flood is the
hate those
worst.
levels.
We don't need to go into it. It's a good game though. Highly recommend.
What else you been up to?
Mario Sunshine.
I don't have a lot to say about Paper Mario, so when Brando jumps into it, then we can kind of probably combine these together. But he said he's finished. I'm still playing. I just have one thing to say about it.
Okay. I'm done Paper Mario. Andy, what do you think about it?
I wanted to comment because last week I had said I thought the partners were a little useless. I've
Oh,
met,
we have the same thing to say.
Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah.
So I met a partner. The second partner you get, once you hit the desert level. I just finished the desert level, so I'm past that. But the next part you get actually a little more useful because he can actually take out 4 guys in one shot. So still has that kind of thing where sometimes he doesn't make a shot at guys, but if he does, he can hit like a line of them or
Because the thing,
square of
the
them.
other companion was not useless, but not very useful.
He would just
because
have one.
still
they
not-
attack one instead of crushing a line.
They're
Yeah.
still not like very fulfilling or rewarding combat in the way that the partners used to be in the old games, where it's like, oh, you have like 3 different abilities you can do, and one of them's a defensive ability for Mario and stuff. This is just like, hey, if you did your attacks and there's people on the board, I can do 20 damage to a couple of them. So,
Yeah.
but you're right, that second partner, and then I think that you get 3 throughout the game.
Really? That seems low.
Yeah.
I mean, for the type of game, maybe, but for like Paper Mario in general, that's really
Yeah,
low.
Yeah.
right?
because Paper Mario, you'd have what, like 6 or 8?
yeah,
or
you get at
something?
least 6
Like,
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the partners used to be like a very exciting part of the game. This is who you're gonna end up with. I mean, we talked about it.
So now I do want to talk about this, and I'm going to very much stay away from spoilers because everyone who's going to play Paper Mario should experience this. The first one you get that we've talked about, Bobby, the Bob-omb, he is as useless as we made him out to be during the combat, but he has one of probably the best character arc in video games this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best new character, Bobby.
Yes, best new character. Look for him.
Yeah.
He'll be there.
This is like the existential crisis I keep hearing about from this game.
It is very much like someone took the time to really write what the philosophy of a bomb would be in the Mario world.
Yeah, like what do Bob-ombs think about blowing up?
Like
You know?
something that you would think like playing a Mario game where you just like jump on its head and be like, and not just bombs, any of the enemies in Bowser's army, where it's like, man, is your job just to go out and explode? Like your job just to go out.
At least for
and
like
get-
Koopas and Goombas, you're like, well, you could be a farmer. You know, you
Right.
could be. What is a Bob-omb going to be? He has no hands.
he's gonna explode.
All he can do is blow up.
Right. That's his thing. So they do some cool stuff with that in Paper Mario that he will be there for best character. At the end of the day, he'll be in the fight and he will be there for best moment.
See you at the finish
end
line,
of the
Bobby.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck to new entrant. Is he just Bobby the Bob-omb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know, his name
And
is.
Bobby's not even his name.
I was gonna
it's
say
just
Bobby's
what-
not even his name. That's what
What he wants you to call him.
That's what your combatant,
Yeah.
Olivia, calls him all the time. And
Because
they constantly fight about
doesn't
it.
he just say, he's like, ma'am, I'm just a Bob-omb. I don't have
Yeah.
a name. And he's like, all right, Bobby, let's go.
Oh shit, he's just like a nameless soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just Bob-omb. So.
Which I
Oh,
think,
shit.
which I think all of them like are like that's kind of
I
the
want,
picture
like,
they're
the-
trying to paint now. Like it goes back to that Nintendo thing where they're like, we're not making characters out of these minions anymore. We're
Yeah.
not putting a hat on a Goomba and calling them whatever the fuck they called that hat with the Goomba.
Goombella, or who the guy was in the first Paper Mario.
Goombella's a good.
Goombella was the pink
Goombella's a
one,
good, good sister, a good friend.
Yeah, she was great.
Had tattle.
Dope shit. She had that fucking multi-bonk. Thing was fucking
The
dope.
multi-bonk.
Multi-bonk,
Yeah.
where you can
Where
fucking
as long as
like,
you have the timing right, you keep doing one damage over and over again.
Don't really.
Yeah.
It never. You get as long as you kept hitting.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
shit.
I can stop you
Oh, but there were
eventually.
some.
Yeah.
There were like
It
bosses.
probably did stop you eventually. Yeah.
Yeah.
but you can
okay.
fucking give her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you do a
Okay.
lot of damage if you hit your timing.
Shit. I had a thought about.
And then there was like a
Bob-ombs.
charge. I think she had a charge too. So you like charge up the multi bonk, and then instead of being like 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1,
Oh,
it'd
yeah,
be
go
like,
longer, that's right,
it'd be
too.
like 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1,
yeah.
1.
It was like I think
Fuck,
it was
those
just
games are good.
it was a focus charge. I think
Yeah.
yeah, she like focus energy in the attack. Yeah, those games are good.
Is there this like nameless soldier Bob-omb thing is sort of blowing my mind? Like, is there
Yeah.
a Metal Gear 4 intro with a Bob-omb who's like, "War has changed. We blow ourselves up. It's no longer fought by Koopas and
Right.
Goombas." Like,
I don't think a bomb in its lifetime ever has the opportunity to have those thoughts.
Bobby apparently does. Maybe,
Well,
maybe he lived long enough because he teamed up with Mario. He's the only Bob-omb who.
Yeah,
who had a life.
People should play it because there is that like when I was on the other side of it, there is very much that like thought process of like, was this just like a kind of a mentally rogue Bob-omb? Like, is that like was he just different than the
Finn
other one? Like,
of-
did he Yeah, did he just
The stormtrooper that flips sides.
right? Or are they all like this? Are they all just like,
Fuck.
man, my job is just to
The revolution.
blow up in the best way possible.
Yeah. Anyways, we've said a lot about it.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
good.
but shockingly, there's a moment of the year there.
Yes.
And
Even
a very
having
good-
finished it, that is the pull from that game.
yeah,
Moments.
a very strong contender
I'll
too.
have to. You think I could get it without playing the game? Maybe you think I
Wow,
could get the context of the moment?
The thing is like I told Brando because I got to this point before he did, and I was like, "There's gonna be something coming that's gonna make you go." That was in Paper Mario. Like it just
Yeah.
you have. It's one of those things again where you got to fucking play up to it. Like you can't just. It won't be the
okay.
same if you just watch it or read it. You got to play up to it. It fucking like the whole time it's happening. I'm just like, no, what? No, this what?
I think it's in the first third of the
They're
game,
doing
though.
this.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Yeah, but it's good. It's good stuff. So, like we said before, the storytelling in that game, the story in that game,
Top
fantastic.
notch. The
Yeah,
writing,
the writing is so good.
The jokes kept being funny right till the end. The Toad jokes.
I like on that merit alone, like funny Nintendo
Yeah.
first party. I almost need to see it.
I still can't get over how like you'll find so many of those toads and they're always so funny. Like I ran past that one the other day that's just like, "Thanks Mario, I watched you walk by me 365 times, but I knew you'd get me eventually." Like shit like that. It's just so good.
Don't sass me, Toad.
Yeah. Slam him with my hammer.
Yeah.
What about Brando? What have you been up to?
I finished Paper Mario, man.
Oh, tell me about that. No, what? Let's talk about Ghost.
You want to talk about Ghost?
Yeah, I gave up
real
on
quick?
Ghost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I made it to. I became the Ghost. Like I obviously became the Ghost. I got
Like a literal ghost?
Ghost mode.
Okay.
And I saw a little plot thing after that with a character. And also, I'm very bored. No, thank you, and turned it off.
I'm very much not playing this game for the writing, so that bodes well for me.
It's actively bad. I think like the writing is bad, very bad.
Yeah, I don't like the story. Whatever's happening with the story is not super. It's not drawing me in. I'm just doing it to have fun with the combat
Yeah.
and try and fight as many people at one time as possible and come out unscathed, and then put my sword away.
Yeah, swipe around
Swipe
the
the
D-pad.
blood. Yeah.
Put the sword away. It's
I'm
like,
having fun with the duels. There's
Yeah.
more duels on the second section.
I think this is my favorite part of the game.
Yeah.
Is those duels.
I'm past the first section, I guess, if you didn't pick that up. But I've
Oh shit! So you haven't? Have you unlocked Ghost mode? Have
No.
you? Oh shit!
No, no,
okay,
no.
okay.
No. And that game very much seems to have taken the place of what Red Dead was when there was nothing to play.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I'm just gonna boot this up And I'm just going to play this for maybe 5 years if that's how long it takes me to finish it. Like whenever there's something better, I'll put this on the back burner and then I'll come back when there's nothing to play. And it seems like that's this now because I got about halfway through Paper Mario and then decided I'm just going to play Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Even when I'm at home, like I was very much doing when I'm at home, I'll play Ghost because it's the only place I can play it. And then when I'm at work or out on the road, I'll bring my Switch and I'll play Paper Mario there. And then I got to the point where I'm like, I kind of just want to play Paper Mario even when I'm at home.
Is it because Paper Mario's that good or because Ghost, there's kind of like nothing to...
Paper Mario was just the game that I wanted to see what happened in a way that Ghost hasn't been that game since practically the beginning.
It's kind of boring. I don't know.
Yeah.
I found myself...
I'm going to finish it. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. I'll probably platinum it.
You got a lot to go.
Not really. Like, I'm looking at what all the collections and stuff, which are like a pretty safe, like at least kind of knowing like, okay, I'm about halfway. All my collection things are about halfway done.
Yeah.
So I'm about halfway done the game. So I'm definitely going to finish it.
There's a lot of side missions in that second. That was kind of what broke me was like not the character tales. Those I think are cool where it's like named characters and you get a little bit of their story. Like, oh, this is kind of neat. There's a lot of like roll into a village. Peasants are like, Lord Sakai, I need you to kill these Mongols because they have my blank.
They took my rice.
Could be. Yeah, one of them is literally rice, but it's all there are so many of them and they're all just a variant on Lord Sakai, please kill these Mongols. They took my like loved one.
And you can blow that out like way more than just the side missions. Like every single mission in that game is like, Lord Sakai, we got to go here and kill these 22 people.
Walk to a place while you're walking. Sometimes you can go fast, which is nice. Sometimes you can't because they have to get the dialogue out. But while you're walking, they'll talk. And they won't animate because they don't have to because the camera is behind you, so they don't.
Yep.
Like, that was the thing I realized is none of these characters have animations to them. And, like, it looks like it's a very polished, very well captured,
incredible.
But it looks like Dragon Age. It looks like the old Dragon Age, or it looks like Mass Effect 1, where like characters and cutscenes don't move. They stand there, their arms at their side, and like they have a little canned animation of like hand comes up, hand goes down.
I think we talked about that the very first day that we had both played this on the pod, where I was just saying like, man, coming to like a conversation between two characters after having just played The Last of Us 2, it's just like this game looks incredible. When the camera's pulled out and you can see the world around you, this game looks unbelievable. And the environments are, I would say, even way better than The Last of Us.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you get two people talking to each other, you're like, this isn't even bad. This is just like every video game.
Yeah.
It feels like. Whereas The Last of Us was unbelievable at like being like, oh, this looks like two actors fucking having a conversation.
Totally. And it sticks. Everything is so polished except for the weird stuff they do with the camera, and every single mission ended up being ride slowly to a place, listen to some dialogue, either kill or tail. I fucking hate those so much. Tail a dude.
There shouldn't be tail missions anymore in video games.
And then you just kill a guy, and then they just throw you back in the open world, and like your horse bumps you, and away you go in a way that like I was just bored. I was so bored.
I like when you wake up, the animation where you're like sleeping on your horse, and then you like wake up and just like elbow the horse.
Oh, when the horse is lying down.
Yeah, and you're like laying on the horse. That's my favorite one. But it's also the one that takes the longest to get out of.
Yeah. I just think it's a tremendously boring game. Like everything you're
you're
doing is okay.
There's
but
not a lot of like I like playing it.
Yeah.
But I like having something else go. Like it's my podcast game. It's my calling something a podcast game often gives it a very bad rap. I need good podcast games in my life. I need like good repetitive tasks that I want to engage with the combat and that are just basically being like, if you like doing the one thing you do in this game, we've put 50 hours of that in there.
Yeah.
Which is how a lot of Assassin's Creed games were for me, and how very much how this game is for me, where it's like this game is never going to be a game of the year for me, but it's the exact kind of game that shows up at like 10 on my list, where I'm like,
this was unoffensive and like looked real nice.
50 I remember playing 50 hours of this. I would, if it was bad, I wouldn't have played 50 hours of this. But you're right, it's not like I couldn't tell you one thing that I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends, or how I like the legend stuff. That
those are neat.
Those are neat.
Those are fun. There's 5.
Yeah, the singers. Is it only 5?
Yeah.
Feels like I've done 5 and I still have.
Some of them have like 50
the blue
parts,
ones, right?
Yeah, one of them is
No,
like.
there's more than 5. There's definitely more than 5.
There's other 5 or 6 because they're all on a thing. There's
it literally
armor,
could be 6. I know it's
armor.
not 5.
There's combat armor, stealth armor, sword, bow, What's the last one? There's one for every
I
roll.
don't know, I haven't done them all yet, but I think I've done 5.
There's one for every roll. Tentile, maybe. What's your little stealth knife called? Maybe there's one for
The
that.
throat slitter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It is the plain video game potato chips of video games.
Sometimes that's
Whoops.
what I need.
Yeah, totally. Sometimes you just want to eat a whole bag of potato chips.
Tell you a game I liked more.
Please do.
Carrion.
Oh.
Carry on?
Carrion.
Carrion.
Yeah. If we're being funny.
Carrion.
Carry
Thank you.
on.
I really like that game.
Yeah.
I think that game is.
Did you finish it? It's not supposed
I
to be
feel like
super
I'm.
long,
I feel like I'm pushed right up against the end.
Yeah.
Have you finished it?
No.
Okay.
No.
There is a between the how long this game is proclaimed to be, which is only about 5 hours,
Yeah.
and how long I've been playing, combined with kind of what's going on in the game, I feel like I'm literal minutes from being done
Since you're getting
when I
close.
went to bed. So I get the map thing. That seems to be everyone's number one concern is that it doesn't have a map. And it can be very confusing, especially early on, because it feels like there's so many ways to go. But I think once I got about an hour and a half in, I realized like this game's kind of, you can always go one way and then you'll eventually pass the thing where you're like, that's where I got to come back to when I get the next thing. And then that just takes you another one way.
There'll be an obvious great.
I
and now
clearly don't
can-
have the power to get through this.
I see.
And then you get the power, and then the most lost I ever got until I realized this was kind of the rhythm was, okay, I got this new ability. Do I just have to go back through the whole game and find the spot where this is? And it's like, no, it's always like just a little bit before you got the new ability.
That's kind of what I got. I was like, oh, I got a new ability, and now I cannot figure out how to
And
advance.
there are like containment rooms, I think, are the only collectible. And I think they like add the amount of like tongues that you can shoot up and stuff, shoot out and stuff, like little like add-ons that are not story based. Like you don't need to complete them to complete the game. And I think if you wanted to go get all those, then maybe there's a lot more like we'll have to backtrack all the way to here with this ability and all the way to here. But for me, I've just been fucking cruising through that game, and every time I'll get a new ability and be like, okay, this is the thing that lets me go through barriers when I'm underwater. And I'm like, I know exactly where that thing is because I've been looking for it. Like
Carrion, for context, is we talked about it last week. That the Metroidvania where you play a big flesh monster.
yes, Andy would not like it.
No, too gory.
Yes.
Even if it's all like pixel,
Eat a lot of things.
You eat a lot of things. There's sounds.
it's very like. Well, the sounds are not goofy. The sounds are,
The sounds are
mortifying.
gross, yeah.
But are you gonna play Last of Us? Last of
but-
Us is really gory.
I'll be fine. I can get through some
You'd
games.
probably. I mean,
Last of Us, like legit, there was a scene in Last of Us that like made me go like, oh, I don't want to see this.
Well, and like
This is too fucked.
I had that with the first Last of Us.
Fucking arm. That goddamn C-3PO's.
don't say it.
Yeah, don't. If there's something in 2, don't tell me. Yeah, no, it's my big thing when it comes to games and how gory they are is whether or not I'm actually interested in playing them. If I look at it and I think, okay, I'm very interested in playing this game, I'm just gonna have to put up with that, then I'll do it. But if I look at a game and I'm like, probably not gonna like that game anyways, and that's just making me dislike it more, so I'm just not gonna bother touching it. I'm trying to think of another example of a game I played where, yeah, it was a little bit, maybe gorier.
It was gory, but you liked it.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't know.
Carrion is gross, but
God-
it
God of
is
War.
it is like
Never.
pixely. So
Yeah, I mean,
that
if there's
doesn't
gross
bug you.
sounds, then
yeah.
usually
the
that's
sounds are the worst part.
Yeah,
probably.
usually that's the thing that gets me is like it's not necessarily the gore itself; it's how it's presented. if that
And
makes
it's like the concept too. Like when you're watching this thing, this fucking ball of flesh and teeth zipping around. This game feels incredible to move around in.
It basically flies.
You're
but
basically
he like throws
flying,
tentacles to everything.
It's like shooting tentacles all over the place to move you to where you want to go. But you're right. It feels like you're just like
or like you flow almost.
yeah. It's and the way that you like you're really big, but then you have to go through like a floor grate or something, and everything just kind of squeezes together, and you get longer and skinnier while you go through. I'm like, oh, this game looks fantastic.
It's got a real good look to it.
Yeah. I played it like in just a few sittings. The first sitting I remember coming out of it being like, I don't know if I'll finish this.
Yeah.
It's neat, but I don't know if I'll finish it. I had already been lost a couple times. And then just a couple days ago, today's Thursday, Tuesday, I think, I played like 3 hours of it in one sitting, and I was like, oh, I'm going to play this all the way through.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
really
it's got some challenge. Like I had to figure out how to fight the shield guys and stuff, and like I like it. I just kept getting lost. So I was like, no, maybe not.
Yeah, and like it's a lot of the like the amount of time I spent lost in the first hour of that game. That now, if you play the first hour of the game, just knowing how the game works and how the game wants you to think, all of a sudden you're like, I was doing way too much like old Metroidvania stuff of like I gotta check every corner. I gotta go up this wall. Maybe I can get through this invisible wall here. Where it's kind of like no, just keep going. Just follow the arrows and you'll kind of either eventually hit a dead end where you get a power up, or you hit a dead end that you need a power up, or you'll hit the power up.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I should maybe give it another try here. Let's go for a quick break. I got a couple games. We'll do it after the break. I got a game.
Hell yes.
We'll see you here on the other side of this.
You got 2 games on
Musical
there. What are you
break.
talking about? Here we are. What have you been playing, Matt Eads?
Destiny, Andrew.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean that really also too. I'm genuinely like,
I've been playing some Destiny today. It is so hard to. All right.
Here we go. Let me adjust my chair.
Well, hang on. Let me start off with a question.
Okay.
What do you have?
That's what
installed?
that's what I was gonna lay out. I own the base game. Apparently I own Forsaken.
Yep.
That's the one where Cade died, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, Forsaken's great.
Apparently I own it and I never installed it or played it.
It might have been free at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be it.
I
Okay.
think
I think I have everything that isn't Shadowfall. I do not have Shadowfall, but I
Not
think
Shadowfall.
I might have everything else that's up there. It
Shadowfall's
looked
the one
like.
that comes out in November, right?
No, that's Beyond Light.
Shadow Keep.
Oh.
Shadow Keep?
Shadow Keep.
I don't know if Shadow, whatever the most recent one was. Shadow
Right.
Keep, I think.
I knew as soon as we started talking about Destiny, this was going to happen.
Isn't there something? I thought there was 3, not including the one that was coming out, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not
I
sure.
thought it was Forsaken, Shadow Keep, and something, but maybe
Not yet. It still says Shadow Keep on the title screen, so that is definitely the most
Right?
recent
No,
one.
I think Shadow Keep was the last one.
Oh, something
I
bef-
just thought there was something in
You're
there with
probably
Forsaken.
right. Because, like, they had.
I know there was,
they're
like, little ones,
Did you guys
though.
know Mercury's in the game? When did Mercury get added?
Oh, yeah, no,
Mercury was with
Mercury-
Forsaken, I think.
I definitely have never played Forsaken because I got into Mercury and I'm like, this place is there's like a big
is
pyramid.
real
and
Mercury.
There's the fucking simulate. You go in the Matrix and shit.
Mercury was one of the first 3 DLCs, wasn't it?
Might have been one of like the half steps. Like there was so many half steps
Yeah.
early, like
Yeah.
Warmind and something
Warmind
else.
was
Warmind is the one with
Yeah.
Mercury.
The one.
Right.
Yes,
So-
because I had to go bring a thing to Rasputin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That makes
yeah.
So
sense.
those ones are like they predate Forsaken.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it was base game and then Warmind and another little one.
I think I only played base game.
And then Forsaken was one of their like big changes.
Yeah,
There's like
and-
all these new planets and shit
I'm gonna
now.
look this up while we
Do
talk.
that.
Yeah. So, and I will say for like the Mercury, like there are some DLC that you probably don't even need to bother diving into because
Yeah,
I'm sure
I've just been kind of bouncing all over.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like Forsaken, absolutely play that. Like play the
I don't
big
know.
ones.
So
but-
here's the problem.
Okay.
I don't know how. I would love to see the death of Cade. I do not know how. When you start that game, I guess if you're a brand new player, the onboarding is actually pretty good. You get the quest in a way that makes sense. Right now, because it just threw me in with all my quests that I had, and gave me some new quests. So the pyramid ships have shown up. They're in the game. I guess that is not. And I do not completely understand this. Someone's might be wrong. I guess that is not part of Shadow Keep. That is a part of the season pass, which is its own separate thing. There's story content in their season passes. So if you want to learn the story of the spaceships or whatever, if you want to rescue Eris and help her secure the cradle or whatever the quest text said, that's $12.49. You got to buy their season pass, which immediately turns me off.
So
that.
like I know there's seasonal quest lines. I don't know if you actually need to buy the battle pass to get those.
Some of
Because
them you
I
do.
have a lot of quest lines that are like, this is the seasonal quest line for this season.
You get
And
the exotic one is free. The story stuff costs money because it even is on their big like buy our season pass. Find out the blah 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 about Eris.
okay.
You definitely do, and that is super confusing because initially going in, you're just like, all right, what do I do? Okay, well, I got a quest here. It says go do that. I get a cutscene. That's how it loaded me into a thing. It loaded me into the first Shadowkeep mission, I guess, because I was with Eris and I had to protect her for a while, and we did a little mission, and then it kicked me back in. She's like, the darkness has reached out. We got to talk to the darkness. Go talk to Zavala. I'm like, all right, Eris, we're gonna solve this together. I'm going. Talk to Zavala, who's like, fuck the darkness. Eris is crazy. We gotta maybe kill her. I don't know, but don't help Eris. Help me instead. Go to all these planets and basically start me on the exotic quest, I guess is what it was. But it was like, you got to go to all these planets and you got to recruit the team. You got to go help. I don't know any of their names. Anna Bray, maybe, who's the lady on one of them. You got to go help the
guy in the clock tower.
The guy in the clock tower. You got to go. I didn't do the guy in the clock tower actually.
I know what one you
That's
I know
just
the
the only
character.
one I
Yeah,
know.
you know,
Yeah.
Banshee 44 or whatever. You got to help
Sure.
him. The
Yeah.
Drifter. Whatever. You got to do a weekly for each of them. Which
Right.
fucking goddamn it.
Welcome Destiny.
And also there are enemies on the map. Is this a thing where if you're a certain amount of light below an enemy, you just can't? It's immune.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's been like that for a long time.
Yeah. Okay. So the events are spawning in, and I'm too low, and I can't interact with those. But that is my quest. My quest is like, yo, go do one of these events. Go stand under the pyramid, and you got to put the thing in the bank. That's your quest. Go do that. And it took me forever to figure out. Like, I thought it was because I thought it was an expansion thing, and because I didn't buy the expansion, I couldn't get access to the thing, even though I somehow had the quest. And so now I am light 760 whatever. Well below that's I was like light level 900. I have engrams that I cannot decode. I go to the decoder and it's like, you need to be light level 900 to decode these. So all my engrams are just full up of things that I can't decode. I'm like, I guess I'll just get rid of these now because
Yeah, I think the same thing was happening.
because what
to
the
Warren.
fucking fuck? Why would the first thing not be like, don't do these quests, you're not level 900. Why? It's very, very confusing. As someone who has played, I don't know, 100 hours of Destiny 2 maybe in my life, maybe probably
I
less
mean,
than that or
that's-
whatever.
That's an impressive number in itself.
But my point is, I play video games for a living, and I played a lot of Destiny. And jumping back into this, I spent a good 3 hours yesterday, a good few hours on stream today, and could not really make heads or
Figure out
tails
what
of
was
it.
going on,
No,
yeah.
it's because like you, I'm like, surely they can't charge for their story
Well-
quests. Their story quests fucking suck. There's no way.
I don't think they're. So I guess important to note the difference between like this like story quests and like the campaigns, because like what the thing I was reading said was that it's not there's no like the story missions aren't locked up behind the paywall. It's like stuff that you'll get for doing the story missions that's locked up behind the paywall.
I'll have to get in there and see. This
Yeah.
is like because this.
But
is,
I'm also
as
very
I-
confused, so
as
I'm
I
not willing to say you're wrong either.
This is like they're living. This is like after Shadowfall. This is their season campaign is
Right.
like Shadowfall's happened or Shadowkeep. Sorry. I think Shadowlands
Shadowkeep.
is the World of Warcraft one.
Yeah, and it is. I did look it up. It is. They did Curse of Osiris was their first little one, and then Warmind was their second little one, and then they did a beginning of year 2 was Forsaken, and then Shadowkeep, and then they somewhere in there they introduced their annual pass, but it wasn't like a big DLC thing.
Curse
Yeah.
of Osiris was the bad one. I remember that one.
That was the PvE. Wasn't that the Gambit that introduced the? Was that the Gambit mode?
No, Gambit came with Forsaken.
Yeah, Forsaken maybe. Yeah.
Gambit was fucking really good.
Curse of Osiris was something about PvP, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was
thought-
a thing that you had like a coin and you had to win 7 before you lost 3 or something.
Yeah.
The word of Cyrus was tied to that somehow, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just. You do need the season pass to play these story missions.
That shit's gonna come out though.
Are we talking about the season pass or the battle pass?
They call them seasons. They're on season 11. Season
Right.
pass is the season 11 arrivals. It's called. These quests will disappear after season 11. It says.
Yeah.
And
It's weird because I
it's
have
the same
those
thing.
quests.
Yeah, you can. So you
Maybe
have
I
the
just can't
you
do
have
them.
the exotic one. If you go onto your map thing, there's a big fat. You must own the season to play this quest
Yeah.
in red text.
Right, but is the quest like a story mission or is it just a...
It's the one that says it's all about Eris, and the text of the quest is save Eris and help secure the cradle.
Yeah.
Which I assume,
Like I said, you could totally be right.
because I have no, and it, again, just a cursory Google search kind of makes it seem like it's that way, which doesn't. It's not a lot, I guess. $12 every 3. It's 90, not 100 days. I think is how long their season
Yeah,
is.
I pay for my
So that's not
Apex one.
bad, I guess. But Apex is a free to play game. You know, I guess Destiny is going free to play, but you
Yeah.
still buy the expansions. Like to buy the what is it going to be $40 expansion, and then every 3 months I need to put another 12. I need to subscribe to Destiny for $12.49 every 3 months for $50 a year to get
But you
their.
don't need, you can buy the expansion. You don't need to buy the expansion to do the season pass, right? They're 2 different business models, I think.
So that's correct. But
Yeah.
once the expansion comes out, we'll do that new campaign, see the story, whatever happens. And then when the story
Will we?
continues, I would like to. I thought I wanted to see this. I was getting interested until I'm like, oh, it's behind a paywall because of course it is.
Right.
And I'll get it and do the story, say.
Okay.
But
I might
then
too.
If I want that story to continue, which again, who knows if we'll be to Destiny, it's just the principle of it, I will have to buy the season pass because their season quest will be where the story, the living story or whatever, pyramid ships come down, we beat them, they go away, whatever,
Yeah.
gets continued in their seasons. which is their battle pass style. It levels up as you're playing, and it has rewards, and you get currency, and you get more bag space if you get all the way to the end. If you want to buy money for bag space, and like the monetization around Destiny has turned crazy. It's turned crazy.
Yeah, it was always kind of crazy to start with.
You never used to be able to just pay for like exotics and weapons and shit. Now you can just go on the you want a better gun, go on the store and spend some money.
Yeah,
in a way that like
that's greasy. Games shouldn't do that.
Or it should be entirely free. It should be 100% free, and then you can nickel and dime us. And
because I was gonna say Destiny's like you said, it's a free to play game now
for free, no problem. But if you're gonna charge $40 for all this stuff, or I don't know how much the expansion is gonna be, probably 60 here in Canada.
Yeah. Because we're getting everything for free up till the expansion in September.
November now.
November, right? Because it's coming out with the consoles.
Yeah, includes the new expansion.
I feel like in September we're getting everything that's come out so far for free, and then in November we're getting the new thing for money.
I'm gonna double check because I think it changed this week because the expansion got pushed back recently, right, to November. And I thought this all changed,
right? And that is probably coinciding with the new consoles launching, but I feel like when Destiny goes on Game Pass is not that same time. That's in September.
September the 15th. Yep, September the 15th. And then
so then you'll be able to play everything that exists now for free.
And it doesn't come to PC until 2021.
Oh no.
Well, that kind of sucks. I like playing on PC. It looks real nice on PC. That game is showing its age on the Xbox One.
Yeah,
it looks really nice on PC. I was shocked. I was like looking at skyboxes and like going around Mercury. I'm like, man, this place is incredible. It looks really nice. And you're still shooting guys in the head. But like trying to figure out which guys I need to shoot in the head to get this dumb fucking story that, again, I've only convinced myself in my headcanon that I care about. I even think the loading icon is because it's an empty circle. And then it has the 3 class symbols.
Yeah,
but one of them is like triangles. It starts with triangles, and the triangles like form a shape, which I bet those triangles are going to do. The ships.
It's a cool loading symbol.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys go in to this whole thing, I'm bound to be there with you. But I don't need to play more Destiny the way that a lot of people. It feels like it's coming up now.
Yeah,
it feels like Destiny's on its way back.
I got in there, and it feels very good to shoot guys in a way that I'm like, it's time.
It's always been one of the best parts.
Yeah, I haven't played an expansion. I got out after launch. I'm ready.
I fucking love doing fucking strikes and shit.
Yeah, I did a big strike where I fought like a giant fucking not God of War, Gears of War worm. Yeah. A giant worm, Andy. A giant worm.
It's fucking dope shit.
It was really dope shit.
Ain't no one here arguing the Destiny's fucking dope.
I think we had to use a javelin to kill it, but I didn't know what I was doing, so I was just chucking javelins off the edge. Yeah. I was just like, look how far I wonder how far I can throw this thing off the edge.
Turns out.
I got super pumped. I fucking loved in that game when they added the crossbow too, and they had that.
Oh, I haven't even used one yet. I saw a perk.
Or is it the crossbow? Or is it an actual bow?
It's an actual
hunting bow.
I fucking love the hunting bow. Fuck, that was addicting because you could just fucking, if you hit the fucking critical strike zone on a dude, fuck his day. It felt so good.
I haven't even seen one. I saw a grenade launcher. It's like, what is Destiny anymore?
Oh, yeah. Well, they always had grenade launchers, I think. They were the heavy. It was the original heavies were grenade launchers and rock. You had rocket launchers and you had grenade launchers. Those were the original 2 heavies. And then, or no, were they, or was there?
I don't know.
I don't think there was ever a grenade launcher.
I'm pretty sure.
It's definitely rocket launcher.
Yeah, rocket launcher, and I'm pretty sure it was grenade launcher.
It was
Those
like
are
a
the 2
fusion
OGs.
rifle.
Fusion rifle's a heavy now. It used to be a secondary.
What about sniper rifle?
Sniper rifle's secondary, or those are heavy now. They've moved them too, I think.
No, they're secondary. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works because you can have anything in your 2 weapons now. Now you have 1 kinetic, 1 energy, and then 1 heavy, which is sword or whatever.
Oh fuck!
It's very confusing. It's very confusing.
Yeah,
they need to do an onboard pass. Their game. They need the World of Warcraft thing where their game has gotten too bloated, and they're thinking about it because they're putting stuff in the vault.
I'm going to say 2 words to you. You let me know what you think. Destiny 3.
Fuck yeah! There's never. I don't think there's ever going to be a Destiny 3.
I 100% think there will be before the end of time, but
I wonder if you just keep adding on, like World of Warcraft. I wonder if there is no true Destiny 3.
I feel like they will eventually be like, we need to fundamentally change engine stuff to do what we want to do, and that's when
WoW
you make
did all
3.
that stuff. Sometimes you don't even change the game. Sometimes you're like, look, we fixed our back end.
I wonder if that's harder on consoles.
Yeah, I don't know. especially with new consoles coming.
Right.
I have no idea. The cross save stuff works real good though. I can just play my character either spot. All the progress goes back between PC and Xbox. It's very cool.
That's dope.
It's not cross-play, though, right?
Not yet. 2021 apparently. It's supposed to be coming. I also played everything in Grounded.
Good.
Everything you can do.
There's not very much. There's like you for real might want to wait. You told me that I might want to wait on this one. Now I passed that advice on to you. You might want to wait on this one at home, not because it's early and janky. It seems to work and run pretty well. Because there's only about 25 minutes of content in there, unless you just want to like I'm building the base because not a lot to do.
No.
Not a lot to do.
From what you've seen so far, though, is that potential?
Yeah, totally. It's
It
very
looks
cool.
really
It's
neat.
very cool. Like it is a first person survival kind of buildery game. The survival part is very, very light. Like food and water is no big deal. You're never starving or running out of water or anything.
We'll see.
The spiders are really fucking fast and they roar. They're like T-Rexes because they can move. They move stalks of grass. So you just see stalks of grass down the way moving as it's coming closer to you like a T-Rex through the fucking trees.
That's fucking terrifying.
And you're like, oh fuck, there's a wolf spider out. We gotta go. We have got to leave right now.
Just poke him with your stick.
Those wolf spiders do not fuck around. I killed a not wolf spider. I killed the web making ones, but like wolf spiders jump and they're big and they're fast and like it's like you're fighting a fucking Metal Gear. The thing is 5 times the size of you. It's bad news.
That's kind of cool.
And they're scary. Like they are. I got jump scared in that game by the real life bugs harder than I've ever been scared by anything in my entire life.
And that game's so fucking cartoony too. Like fucking...
the spiders are like spider ass spiders. They have a slider. They have an arachnophobia slider
I've
where you
seen
can
that.
slide the spiders to make them less spidery. So it's like one tick and the legs disappear, one tick and the eyes disappear, one tick and the fangs disappear. And
you can make him like a blob, right?
yeah, by the end they're just 2 floating blobs, which I wanted to try because I thought that'd be really fun if this blob just like hovering around after you. I should get in there and try that. But it is very promising. I don't know. It's a lot of like I killed a mite. I got mite fuzz. I learned 27 recipes I can make this into a hat or boots or it's one of those crafting survival games. It seems like it's gonna be like Subnautica when it's all said and done. It seems like they're building in a story.
Sure.
Except with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Play with people.
Which would be very cool actually.
Yeah.
I play Subnautica with my friends.
Yeah, Subnautica's dope. Have you played all? So you finished
Not
Subnautica?
all of it.
It's
no.
very good.
I don't think I've ever finished a survival game in my life.
Yeah, that one actually has an end in it. That one's only
Yeah.
like 20 hours long.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's usually like I always like play like 5 hours and I'm like, this is neat. And then I'm
I
like,
love Subnautica. Have you played Subnautica, Andy?
No.
You
I got turned off it when people were saying that some of the monsters were too scary. I was like, I don't think I can handle some of them.
Really scary,
There's some scary
dude.
monsters.
Yeah,
in
and I don't.
Subnautica.
I already whatever the word is for it, but I like have a phobia of like deep water.
I feel like that's
Claustrophobia.
like a
That's
lot
me.
of us.
Yeah.
Like you.
I have it bad. Like
Yeah.
I literally cannot go.
And then Warren, I
It
think,
is-
too,
It is a
hates it,
real
doesn't he?
deal. Like panic attacks. If I fall in open water, I will probably drown.
Yeah.
Even though I can
Maybe
swim.
your heart will just stop.
Oh, okay.
It
see,
could.
I'm not that intense. Like I've been scuba diving and stuff, and I've school with that.
You
but-
madman.
Yeah. Well, but I feel secure in that.
Because you
It's-
can see.
Yeah, like the idea of like being like in an underwater research lab that I'm like running by myself, and it's probably fucked if I don't find these proper tools. Like that stuff scares me, right? Like, you know,
Yeah.
that the grind to survive worries me when it comes to
Oh,
open water.
that's not the scary part. Subnautica, the scary part of Subnautica is the scuba dive part of like, it is me and a mile of blackness on every single side.
Oh, yeah,
And
see,
a monster.
Yeah,
and,
see,
and yes, and also I can hear this like grumbling of something somewhere.
yeah. See, hard. Like I'm good. I don't fucking need any part of that. But you know, when I went scuba diving, it was fucking like coral reefs and fucking happy fish and
It's the guy from The Walking Dead.
little fucking reef shark there. That's cool. But
Yeah.
it like fucking black water.
The guy was going into the little homes to bring me like a stingray to touch.
Yeah. You get a little pet in
Not in Subnautica. You don't have a little
You can
tour
get a
guide.
cuttlefish in Subnautica. You can feed him treats. I forget
You
what else you
filter
can do.
water through a fish.
Yeah.
good.
I really like Subnautica. I,
Yeah,
don't
me
know. I
too.
think everybody should play Subnautica.
I wonder if it runs better now on Xbox.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, I wonder.
Xbox has only got older.
That's fair enough.
I remember every time I broke the surface of the water, you could like hear my Xbox thinking, like, what does
The fans
what
all
does
spin up.
what does outside look like?
This is it.
Did you ever like make it through to any of the story stuff in that? Did you
Yeah, I
find
found some
the,
like the pods, like the.
Did you know there's a little bit of a spoiler. Skip ahead 10 seconds if you're going to play Subnautica.
I know probably the thing you're gonna say.
Okay,
So yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What a moment.
We talked about it in Game of the Year last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was out
one
or
of the
early
moments,
access. Or,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're right. I got some news stories.
Bob-omb.
I got some news stories here, gang. The heat is just destroying me today.
Yeah, let's fucking shut her down.
It's over. Just like Spider-Man coming to Marvel's Avengers for not PlayStation systems. That was quite the segue, but I got there.
This is unfortunate news
Danced back into that one.
because I want to play. I have a PlayStation. Normally, this kind of stuff happens, and I'm like, well, there you go. I'll get it on PlayStation. Fuck you guys for doing that, but you got what you wanted. You got my money. I'm getting it on PlayStation. But there's like multiplayer elements of this game that I'm like, if I'm gonna buy this game, which might not even be good, I'm gonna want to play with my friends.
Yeah.
And my friends is going to be playing it on Xbox.
Well, and yeah, Warren's going to be, I think, the tip of the spear when it comes to wanting to play this game,
Yeah.
and that's what he has. So
Yeah.
we'll have to have it so we.
I'm going to play it with Warren because no one else will play it with me.
Yeah, I still keep forgetting that this game's even coming out. So you guys always
It might not
bring
be,
it up.
but
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. I like honestly, there couldn't be a game. This is a perfect example of a game that I, on paper, should be incredibly excited for, but in real life, couldn't care less. Don't give two
right
shits
there
about
with you,
this
Andy.
game.
there's
Yeah, I
a
don't
very
care.
negative Discord about this game.
And
Yeah.
people have had hands-on this week. Was the PlayStation beta or something? If you pre-ordered on, I think, PlayStation, you got to play it this week. Early reports are not terrible, but not
Anthem.
well, yeah, well, a few things are. Not terrible, but for a game of this scope and this budget and all this and like the Marvel license, it sounds like it kind of sucks.
This totally feels like the kind of game that maybe in 3 years we might be talking about being like, yeah, that's great. They're probably due
Maybe
for a
turn that thing
sequel.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to have some time to work with it.
Yeah, but-
it seems like too, it's such a challenge of, we all have in our heads how we want this game to play. It's not going to play like that. It's not going to play like that. This game is not going to play like the movies.
I'm
You're
gonna
not
tell
going
you
to feel
right
as
now,
fucking jacked up as those movies make you feel.
I don't even know
Andy,
how
it's
this game
supposed to
plays.
play. It's not supposed to play. These aren't the movie licenses. All right, it's not supposed to play like the movies. Any similarity is purely coincidence.
Right, but
Apparently.
in our heads, this game.
No, I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
These are the
okay,
movie
yeah.
characters to me because they
I'm not there with it.
are so much. If they
I think they look a lot like the comic book versions of them. And if you're into comic books, you're like, oh, yeah, that's like a comic book version.
I don't.
But
I
if
think
you're not into comic
I
books,
think Bruce Banner is made to look exactly like Mark Ruffalo. Like there's no. That is. I think
you could argue that
Thor is,
Mark Ruffalo is the best actor that they could get that looks kind of like Bruce Banner, but we could go around in circles on this.
All right.
I'm not going to have this argument over this.
Tell you right
game.
now, Edward Norton doesn't look like Bruce Banner.
I have a. Here's what Crystal Dynamics says on. Did you guys watch that Axios interview with the POTUS, the president, and
Oh.
Jonathan Swan?
Is that
Yes.
the fucking HBO one?
Yeah.
I fucking have seen parts of it.
Yeah.
That was
It
the thing.
is.
The new meme
I
that's
watched.
been
I
born.
watched the whole thing. It is super worth your time. It is like
It's hilarious.
that's one word.
It's scary.
It's
Fuck.
a lot of things. It's interesting. Like
Yeah.
you cannot turn away.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I think it's hilarious because this isn't new. We
No.
always knew that this was how an interview would go down with Donald Trump. Donald Trump just never does one-on-one interviews like
there's
this.
a reason. Yeah.
There's a moment where he hands him that paper with the bars
Yeah.
on it.
Oh, yeah.
And he says, "See, it says we're in last." Which
means
means
we're
we're in first.
Yep.
And every time, like people are memeing that to high heaven, especially with the Oilers. And every time I see it, I just burst out laughing. Like the sincerity in his voice.
Yep.
Where it's like, this says we're in last, which means we're in first.
Man, that
Oh,
interview.
it's so
Anyways,
good.
that
Watch it.
interview is you should watch it.
Yeah.
Jonathan Swan, to his credit, wow,
Yeah.
what up?
He's not intentionally trying to be a funny man.
Nope, but is
boy does he come
just
off as
killing it.
Yeah,
You know,
the
like,
reaction shots are
wow.
just hilarious.
This statement reminds me of that. Is why I brought it up. Here's what this is the head of Crystal Dynamic. I think I forgot his name. Good for me. He
Donald
says.
Trump.
So the beauty of Spider-Man and what Spider-Man represents as a character and as a world is, again, it comes back to the relationship with PlayStation and Marvel. We happen to be, once you can execute and deliver, I'm reading this verbatim, by the way. This is his quote, so if it's a little herky-jerky. We happen to be, once you can execute and deliver, when it comes down to choices of where and what Spider-Man can be, that's a relationship question that PlayStation absolutely has the rights to, that, as you guys know, with Sony's ownership there, and Marvel with Sony saying, hey, this is something we can do. This is something we can do on this platform. What?
Yeah.
And then there's a beautiful line where he finishes it, like the whole end of this interview is like, I think everyone can understand the business of why Spider-Man is on the PlayStation.
It very much seems like
Should have opened with that.
He should have totally opened with that, and that should have been all he said.
Yes.
that could
Because
have
end of list.
because we do like
You guys get it.
we know why.
You guys get it.
And it sounded like he was trying to find a way to to not present the business reason of why this was happening, but
Yeah.
something more. And from the minute you start reading it, you're like, just tell him the truth.
It's like,
Because Sony has embraced the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It is something else. That
And
whole interview
this is a
like-
reporter's dream because that's the easy answer, and he decided to not take the easy answer.
And he just keeps going. Like I
Yeah.
pulled one paragraph. There's about 2 pages where he just keeps going
So then-
and going.
The fact that he threw that in the very end, I feel like he must have known how shitty that answer was, and just wanted to be like, why are you even asking? Like, you know what the fucking problem is.
Yeah.
Sony owns him. He's not going to be on Xbox.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do, pricks?
Be a good video game interview.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let me ask you this. Fuck off.
I don't know.
There's our favorite company, Blizzard, recently very anti-Hong Kong, very pro-China, very anti-freedom, anti-human life. Blizzard, the one and only.
Your friends and ours.
That's right. There is a spreadsheet, I guess, going around of salary information. Some salary information got shared at Blizzard, and it has led to widespread revolt. Dozens of employees, I guess, sent around a spreadsheet, filled out their pay info, raise info, all anonymously, of course. And there's a very good reason why companies usually, nobody talks about their salaries. And they found that there is huge disparity between the wages, some seemingly nonsensical at Blizzard, where some engineers and producers are making well over $100,000 a year, which is a very good living.
Yeah, fuck. Yep.
And
Not wrong.
you know, and then there are internal messages from 2018 where employees are telling each other tips on how they are like skipping meals, and you don't need to eat as much if you drink free coffee because it suppresses your appetite, and choosing between food and rent, and that type of terrible shit. And meanwhile, Bobby Kotick, he made about $40 million last year. Blizzard reported
That's also a decent living.
record sales this year. Blizzard's reporting record profits quarter over quarter, and by all means making more money than ever before. And yet there are developers who like literally cannot make ends meet.
Yeah.
So in the very long list of video game reckonings, Blizzard has been through quite a few. Well, I mean they've been on the wrong side of quite a few, but what are you going to do against Blizzard unless we get our shit together? Too many people like World of Warcraft for Blizzard to ever go down, I guess.
And Blizzard is like you said, one of the worst like repeat offenders for winding up in the news for this shitty stuff. But I feel like this is something that you can probably trace to almost every huge multi-million-dollar video game company.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And multi-million-dollar company.
Any company ever, yeah, they're all, it's the same song and dance across the board.
But a lot of companies have unions, right? Where
A lot more should.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Unions do handle some of this stuff. There's just no unionization in video games. So this is again another push to unionization.
Yeah, like I very much know, and this is the nice part about being in a union. I very much feel like compensated properly for what I do, and
Your
know
raises are negotiated for.
Yeah, and I can tell what a guy like someone I'm working with is making. With very few exceptions, which are usually like the anchors and stuff, the big money talent that you go out and find. But there's like grids in our union book where it's like, this person is this position, they've been here for this many years, circle across thing, that's what they make.
Yeah, it's
Like,
all public.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
Or at
is-
least public to the union.
Yeah, because that stops shady shit like this
Right.
of what if we paid a couple people a lot and then didn't pay anybody else anything.
And then at least when people are feeling like, oh, I don't get paid nearly enough to do this, then you're kind of like, well, I guess no one who's doing what I does gets paid nearly enough to
Yeah.
do this at least. Like,
Everybody's being treated fairly.
Yeah. Speaking of massive profits, Nintendo's reporting a 428% profit increase apparently over the
That's
last
a lot-
quarter.
that's a
due to
lot of
lockdown.
percentage.
That's a lot. That's the biggest of any video game company.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's fucking Animal Crossing too. Like
Yeah.
it came out at such a good time. Like, obviously wish it wasn't a good time for, the reasons behind it, but fuck,
dare
man.
I say, most overrated game of all time.
Animal Crossing?
Yep.
Yeah, I
They're
would
like
say.
Monster Hunter World or
Ooh,
whatever that
it's
Monster
a
Hunter
good
PS4.
counter. It's a good counter.
Yeah, I definitely don't think Animal Crossing's overrated, but
Yes. Meanwhile, Sony reported a 1% drop, which I think is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What's
'Cause
Sony's last,
I
like,
don't understand
big
it.
first party though? Didn't they have a real banger of a? Last of Us.
Well, yeah, was that in? I don't know if that. Do you think that would have made the cut?
Maybe that's still coming.
Yeah, I don't know what was before that though.
No,
Death Stranding was probably their last big one before that.
Ugh.
Oh, there's your 1%.
Yeah, shit. Sorry to hear that.
I feel like I say this a lot, but I might play Death Stranding again. I think about that game an awful lot. And there's people playing League of Legends at this table, so
Yeah, you're right.
why
Once we
not?
start to let ourselves go,
I don't think about League of Legends all the time though.
No, that's
you will soon.
I think
So what's
you're gonna
crazier?
start. You're gonna start having jungling dreams.
no, that's my whole brain's taken up by Fall Guys right now. So I fucking
fair.
that's all
Yeah.
I do.
It's a good mental space to be in.
I have a very simple mind, gentlemen.
I've never
and,
even played that game, and it's occupying a lot of my brain as we speak.
Yeah, it's a real good game. Anyways,
Andy, I'm gonna read your news story real fast. Nintendo pulls Pikmin 3 off the Wii U. I saw this after they announced it's coming to Switch.
so and I wanted to bring this up because
Fuck you.
there were a bunch of stories like about it and stuff, and there were like people that were pissed off. And as soon as I read that, I was like, yeah,
They should
fucking
just-
obviously like
They
fuck,
should
I
just
would-
leave it up though. If you want to buy the shitty Wii U version and play it on your Wii U, fucking go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? I'm top executive businessman at Nintendo making $40 million a year while some fuck job's making less than me. I'd pull that bitch off there. Buy my fucking remastered
Is it, like, really
version.
Fucking
cheap?
put when
How
someone
much-
comes in and be like, "What are you doing?" You fucking point at the 437% circled
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
And you're like, "This
There's
is
our-
how we get these numbers."
There's our profits. I'm gonna go hang over there. There's the door. You can see yourself out.
How are we doing on Animal Crossing 2? I want to release by the end of the year.
Yeah. And then pull fucking the first Animal Crossing off after that one's out.
How much was Pikmin 3 on the Wii U? Like, Nintendo games don't go on sale.
$80.
It was probably full price.
It was full price game.
So why do they pull it and like risk the backlash? Why not just leave it up? And if somebody wants to buy the Wii U version instead of the Switch version, you're still getting your money, Nintendo. It's not like if they buy the Switch version, that is a better $80.
Well, no, I think it dropped. I think it was less on Wii U now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, that was my
That's
The
why
only
they pulled
reason
it,
why
so it's
it
less.
must have been is because why else would you do it?
because
Yeah.
you cannot apply that logic to Nintendo.
Yeah, you're right. I think they make some really dumb, weird decisions, but
Because some Japanese businessman was like, it would be dishonorable to sell. Like, I have no idea.
I feel like I can usually see why they're doing it and just strongly disagree.
Uncle-
Whereas this one, I'm like,
Shimura is like, the path of the ghost would be to leave both games up. That's deception.
don't use your smoke bombs anymore. Did you know the weather changes?
You play the flute?
Yeah, well, yes, but the weather gets gradually stormier if you do ghost stuff.
Oh, I had storms all the time
Yeah.
and thought that this game was just real fucking stormy because their storms sound
You're on
nice.
a big fucking island.
So I always had like having it on. I was like, oh, I guess I'll blow the storm away.
Yes.
I did not.
Dynamic. More dynamic than dynamic weather game of the year.
Don't say that.
It's out there now.
Call of Duty is over 200 gigs now. Remember when they put a story out? They're like, we're aware of the size. We're going to make sure Call of Duty doesn't get massive. It is now over 200 gigs, which is totally fucked.
So it only needs to get twice as big, and then that meme with the "look at me, I'm the hard drive now" will be there.
Yep. Well, if you have a 256 SSD for your Call of Duty, it doesn't fit on that anymore. So
Did that come with the
fuck
Xbox?
you. No, but it is
yeah.
it is a size of
Because like the regular Xbox comes with a 500, right?
yeah
Yeah.
512.
Half your fucking Xbox.
Yeah. And then Sony had their state of play today, which there's nothing I'm just gonna go through it real fast, other than a couple things here. Hitman 3, they showed a PSVR mode. Apparently, you can play the entire trilogy in VR, which seems fucking stupid in the way that I'm
Yes.
so down for.
I don't need to ever do that. I don't plan on ever doing that, but I'm super happy that exists.
Yeah, I
for
want to go in
somebody
first
out
person,
there.
and I want to stand on the racetrack, and I want to shoot the car, and I want to watch you go fly over my fucking head. They showed Braid Anniversary Edition coming to PS4. Looks
I
rad.
wish I hadn't literally just played Braid.
They were doing a commentary mode, and they said, and I quote, more commentary than any video game commentary was something ever. The most commentary in a video game ever,
You
apparently.
put a microphone in front of Jonathan Blow.
Yeah, he doesn't even
He'll
stop
just-
to pee.
yeah.
He's got his catheter, his homemade. They showed Splunky 2, which looks fucking dope. Do you like Splunky?
I don't hate Spelunky.
Take a leave. Not a Splunky fan. You
I'll
ever
play some Spelunky.
I
too.
don't even know what that is.
It's the game that we're gonna get way fucking into when it comes out.
Sounds great.
You can
That-
ride turkeys, Andy.
Another reason for me to get a PlayStation.
You can ride I think it's coming to everything.
Another reason for me to get a PlayStation.
Also PlayStation. They showed something called Genshin Impact, which looks like Breath of the Wild, but what if it was anime, ladies?
Well then,
What?
fucking
That's what I was
sign
asking
me
myself
up.
the whole time playing that game.
Yeah.
They showed this game called Breath of the Waifu. I believe was a joke we had on stream. Very funny. They showed this game called Aeon. I don't know if it's Aeon or Aon, but Aeon Must Die, which is a like very, it looked like a stylized kind of beat 'em up.
This is the one with all the baggage on the end, right?
It's the one with all the baggage
Yeah.
on the end, yes. And then immediately after this trailer came out, in the YouTube comments of the State of Play live stream, someone claiming to be a dev posted a link to, and it has been, I don't know if it's been like hard verified, but it seems credible. A basically document with a bunch of shit about the developers of this game. Apparently, this is all allegedly, all the developers at this development studio, I don't have the name of it, quit en masse. Every one of them, apparently.
Like, we're done.
Because they haven't been paid in months. They've been crunching. They didn't have licenses for the stuff they were working on. And some of this stuff even says this trailer was put up without the licenses, which is...
That becomes a financial issue.
And a very legal issue.
Yeah.
And just all this shit basically being like, this game's not coming out. There's no one developing it. They hired contractors to make this fake trailer for it. Don't support this shit. Which has yet to be, again, confirmed totally, but it was a real
That's
weird...
so fucked that they just went with it.
Yeah.
Like that they're just like, run it anyway.
Yeah. Or like, it's even more fucked if they're like, we don't have a game to make a trailer from. Get in here, make us a trailer as though it is from this game that is not being developed. Real crazy. They showed a little bit of bug snacks. I don't know. You throw lures for different bugs. It's like, oh, this bug likes ketchup. You gotta put the trap, and then I gotta put ketchup down in a trail, so you're gonna follow the ketchup, and I'm gonna catch him.
All right, I'm sold.
You gotta save Snacksburg.
Is that what it's called?
The town is Snacksburg. Yep, I want to live in Snacksburg.
Good.
Temtem's coming to PS4. That's the Pokemon Not Pokemon MMO. They showed something called Hood from Focus Home, which... I don't know, looks like every Focus Home game ever, and then it's a CG trailer, which tells you literally nothing about the game, and sometimes they're very good, and most of the time they're complete shit. But no idea what Hood is, other than a Focus Home game. And then they showed the Control DLC, gentlemen. Oh, out of nowhere. Just
we knew it had to be coming. I still didn't... Like, I forgot that they should say something about that game.
So did I. Is that Alan Wake's music? And then suddenly you're seeing the house, and you're like, oh fuck,
and
it's Control.
Jesse, and you're like, okay, it's Jesse.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
Oh shit.
And then all of a sudden, just the shot of Alan Wake at the very end, you're like, oh.
And you hear the voice. He says, "Whatever you do, stay in the light." Oh, was that Al?
That was Al.
That was
It's
Al.
gonna justify me playing that fucking game.
Yes. Oh, and it's coming out August 27th, which is super soon.
Hell yes.
Fucking A, am I ever excited.
Me too.
Oh.
Me too. I'm more excited for this DLC than a lot of other DLCs
And
in my life.
Sam Lake even put out a big thing, the producer at Remedy, also the face of Max Payne, put out a thing saying like...
And the founder, wasn't he? Not like
Remedy.
Control. He was the first bigwig, right?
That was the voice of Max Payne. I don't think that was Sam
Not
Lake's.
the likeness.
I don't think so.
Right. Okay.
No, because for sure I would have known. Be like, fucking Sam Lake, Max Payne, what are you doing?
Huh.
What was I even? I
Sorry.
sort of lost. No,
Well, he said something. He came out and said something. Sam Lake came out and said something.
Yes, he put out a thing about, which we all knew, but of a like, the Remedy universes might be connected. We might have been seeding this stuff. So the way he wrote it was like, you may have noticed Easter eggs in our games over the years, yada, yada, yada. And then wrote the thing at the end is like, maybe these weren't Easter eggs at all, but have been a plan from the very beginning in a way that I'm like, Sam, this is not a plan from the very beginning. No. Fuck off.
I'll believe you like I believe George Lucas.
Yeah, these were Easter eggs, but you now have a great excuse to tie them all together. But there's a very cryptic thing about how this might tie the whole...
I can't remember anything about Max Payne.
...thing together. I remember 3 a little bit.
I want like
crushing pills with the bottom of a
I want
of Jack.
specific parts of this universe to be brought to the forefront, and I want other parts of it to just stay away because I don't know them and don't want to play those games anymore.
Quantum Break.
I would go back and play Quantum Break. Quantum Break was inoffensive.
The pain pills. The pain pills would be an item of power. Do you ever play Control? We've talked about this.
No, we've talked about it a few times that I probably like it, but I always said I didn't want to play it because apparently it doesn't run good. But then you're like, well, we played Jedi Fallen Order.
You should play it on PC.
That didn't run good.
I forgot you have a PC. You should just play it on PC where it runs fine.
I also forgot I had a PC until motherfucking Fall Guys came out. And play that. And League of Legends. But...
don't speak of those two games that I've never played
in the same
breath. Sentence.
That's true. Fall Guys, I'll go on the record saying, the far superior game. There is something about a game that only takes 3 fucking buttons.
Okay.
That is fantastic.
What if I
thought you were gonna throw
Control's
out
my game of the year? Would that make you play Control? Because it was Matt Eads' number one. It was
I'm not trashing Control right now.
my number one.
I'm not
No,
trashing
I know. I
Control.
just think you
Sekiro
should
was
play
your
it.
number one?
I don't remember.
Me neither.
No, I wouldn't mind
That sounds
playing
correct.
I wouldn't mind playing Control. So
I really like it.
I gotta wrap up a bunch of other shit, but I'd like to maybe play it.
Hell yeah. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Control, Sekiro, Outer Wilds.
Fucking A.
3 great games from last year you should play.
All 3 of those are like 3 of my favorite games ever, not just of last year.
It was for a year that I would say was not a deep year last year. There were some fucking bangers.
Yeah.
Sekiro is not one of my favorite games of all time.
I love the From games. So obviously,
Yeah.
it's up there for me.
But I really there was a sense of accomplishment in beating Sekiro.
Yeah.
Control stayed with me in a way that maybe if I could flip it, I might put Control at 2, Sekiro at 3.
Yeah.
And I think I had them the opposite way around.
You'll never forget the Ashtray Maze.
Outer Wilds is probably in my top 5 favorite games of all time.
It's very good.
Yeah.
You played Outer Wilds, right?
Nope.
Oh, was that on Game Pass?
It still is.
Yeah.
Outer Wilds, one of those games that you might play for half an hour and instantly know that you don't give a shit.
Yeah. I just gotta crack it open. We'll get there. Still got fucking. We'll see. Fuck. I gotta fucking finish Paper Mario. I can't do it. If I fucking start thinking about other games, I'm gonna fuck myself.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's how you eat an elephant, one bite at a time.
Yeah. I already have the problem of sitting down and playing
How
Paper
you
Mario.
eat an elephant?
Yeah.
Don't eat an elephant.
How do you eat an elephant?
You don't.
One bite at a time.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That was the last advice the PD at Grand Prairie gave me before before he got fired 2 weeks
How do
after.
you eat a PD?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know this is like super like radio-y or whatever, but you guys will still get it and probably get
it's super
infuriated
what,
like
sorry?
I did. This is like a
Radio-y.
radio-y thing.
Oh,
that fucking-
radio- about radio.
So we're,
Yes,
getting,
I'm
like,
with you.
we're going to the insides of radio. It's not even really the insides. I just fucking heard it the other day and I thought it was the dumbest fucking thing ever. They ran a thing. You worked at the rock station in Grand Prairie,
Yep.
right? So the morning show host from there is retiring.
Yeah.
I heard a fucking thing on Sonic here in Edmonton about him doing some sort of a bit, thanking people for listening to him. And blah, blah, blah. And he's retiring. And thanks for supporting these charities or whatever. It's great serving you. Isn't Grand Prairie like 800 kilometers away? Like, fucking,
Yeah.
why?
It's like 650.
It was such a fucked thing to hear. I heard it's Sonic. I'm
Also,
like, what
he
is
is
this?
their sister, Brandy. What is her name here?
Brandy Taylor.
Oh, wait, she was Brandy Taylor in. Or no, she was. I don't know. She's Brandy other last name because she did voice track up in Grand Prairie.
Bill 40 years wife?
But anyways,
Yeah. I was out there with fucking. They had a party at fucking that place, and they were dicks to me.
the man who retired, fucking dick, fucking absolute. Kevin Albers is an absolute human piece of shit.
And
Remind me when this is over to ask you more about that. First of all,
He's literal garbage. He's scum. I would not give him a glass of water if he was on fire.
Well, and I think that was part of the reason why I hated it more too,
Probably
because
isn't thirsty.
you may have like ranted to me about him once before, but you just sometimes know when someone's fucking full. I mean, you always know actually when someone's fucking full of themselves just by hearing them talk.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to that thing on Sonic, first off, why? I'm full of myself. You don't have to point. You don't have to tell me. I tell everybody.
like
as soon as
you
I
saw
meet them-
that, Matt Eads didn't.
Yeah, as soon as I start talking to people, I'm like, I got a fucking ego. Like, don't get me wrong.
Not even.
Yeah.
Not even a tenth of Albers.
No, but
Kevin
no, but
Albers.
I-
We
is this guy's
are
name.
going down a fucking rabbit hole right now.
Yeah,
Like, no one cares about this.
No, I know they don't. But all I was going to say is just sometimes you just hear somebody and you just know right away that they're probably not a very good person. You could tell just from listening to him that he's just full of himself.
He's a real.
Yeah.
I got some stories that I could probably never tell on air with him, but he's a real. See you next Tuesday. The word that I don't say because that's the bad word you can't say.
Well, you can say it if you're British or Australian.
That's right. And he is.
I don't know why they can.
Capital C.
Yeah. So anyways, but yeah.
Fuck that guy, Andy.
I just heard that and I was like, fuck, that was that easy.
Add him to my beef list. Kevin Albers,
Sir, there's
you
no
just
room.
made the list. Kevin Albers.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember who my list is. Dude, huge.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a third that I can't remember.
League of Legends.
Yeah. All right. Just League of Legends in general. All right. League of Legends. Welcome to the list also.
Oh, fuck. All right, anyway, sorry for getting so inside. I didn't want to
Oh,
go that
that's
deep
okay.
into it. Yeah, I just thought it was fucked that I heard that, so
Yeah, that guy's fucked.
yeah.
Now all of our listeners can hate him with us.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Podcast
Fuck
at
that guy.
talkingreckless.com. Fuck that guy. Shoved me into a fridge. Podcast at talkingreckless.com.
We're gonna get the whole story by the end of the podcast.
Podcast at talkingreckless.com. If you want to hear the full story, why don't you write in an email and ask me to hear it, and maybe I'll tell you in the email.
Maybe slip in a $20 bill.
Yeah, hell yeah. Or you can drop these on our Discord, which you find is by going to Talking Reckless. Click the old Discord tab. I'm in the midst of a Patreon rework. Big change, sweeping change is coming to Talking Reckless.
You want to see Andy play Shenmue?
That's right.
I didn't even know that was up there because you asked me about doing that stuff, and I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, it was
fuck.
so good. I got him to like commit to a series. I didn't tell him what the series was. I'm
You
just
did
like,
not get me to commit to anything.
Yeah,
My
listen,
name
I
was
just
on
need
there
I just
too.
need names to fill that. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I was like, oh, fuck, that'll be fun. And then I thought we were going to be like doing something together. And then as soon as you messaged our Slack today, we're like, I lulled when I saw Andy play Shenmue. And then Matt's like,
I'm not.
Or no, you said you guys are going to play Shenmue. And Matt's like, oh, I won't be playing Shenmue. Andy's going to play it though. I'm like, oh, I see then.
There was a moment like when I like opened up to see what everything was on there, and mine was play Mass Effect with Brando. And
It's
I
just
was like,
random ideas.
right? I know. And like my first thing was like, I agreed to no such thing, and then I was like, that would be the game though.
Shenmue with Andy.
Yeah. I'm like, I look at that one, I think to myself, that would not be the game. So
Anyways, over at patreon.com/Talking Reckless Podcast, there's a poll up right now. You can vote on a bunch of vote on the content you like. It'll take you 10 seconds. If that, you do not need to be a patron to do it. But going to be reworking the entire content offering on the Patreon because we are not making ends meet. At this rate, will not last to the end of the year even. So we got to kind of shake some things up and move some stuff around. And there's going to be big changes too, because a lot of our Patreon content right now, initially the Patreon was a alternative to Twitch because Twitch takes a huge cut, like 70% in some cases of all the income. Can't make a living like that. So Patreon was just kind of set up to be an alternative, and then started adding on content, and it kind of grew and ballooned, and it doesn't make a lot of sense right now. Where turns out nobody likes D&D. That's the survey, super helpful. I love D&D. D&D, one of my favorite things. So I think everybody loves D&D. Nobody loves D&D.
We put a lot of fucking time into D&D.
Yeah, I mean, we're still always going to do the show, but maybe
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to have the high tiers on the Patreon be all D&D stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
make
and
that
have like
the
a D&D
flagship.
show, for example.
Right.
So come and show me what you want on there. Tell me what you want. You want more podcasts? You want the ideas for videos? I just have. So they're two different categories. The playthrough thing is a little bit different. One of them on there is playthroughs. Shenmue with Andy. Ryu. How good are you at rolling your
I will
R's?
pay you whatever I have to pay you.
Ryu.
I can't roll my R's.
If only I hadn't just played Persona with Andy would be so dope. That would be a legit fucking
I would like
rad
that.
playthrough.
I would like that game. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
wouldn't be like a hate play.
Shenmue's better.
We can find something else. We go play.
But
fucking-
Shenmue, yeah.
Shenmue. And then
Shenmue.
Shenmue 2.
yeah,
And then
do those.
Shenmue 3.
And then after we do that, then we can go and we can play through some Fire
No,
Emblems.
we'll be dead.
Oh, okay,
But
we'll
we
be
should
dead by then.
we should do Fire Emblems.
Yeah, I would be fucking up for some Fire Emblems. That'd be
But-
fun.
Not before Shenmue though.
Not
No,
before
I
Shenmue.
think Shenmue. Yeah, now that it's out there, I don't think you take that away. but-
So, anyways, some of the ideas for the content are things like playthroughs like that. There's also things for more like produced I could call them a series. Things like Two Drunk Guys Play. Things like we used to do. Things like the unnamed video game challenge. Go and vote on there. We're going to rework the entire Patreon. We're going to have some goals, some thresholds where if we hit certain tiers, these shows will happen. You know, I can budget and I can put things aside. I can guarantee certain things at certain tiers. Not really ready to reveal exactly the structure that's going to take, but soon.
What if instead of doing a 2-hour Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super show on a saga, we did individual 2-hour shows per episode?
I don't know how this is gonna fly. I'm gonna float this. I mean, you want to start okay? Super Saiyan Pod Super Saiyan. New idea. Original Dragon Ball. Original Run Dragon Ball. I don't know. I'm just floating ideas.
Oh,
Can
God.
we do it?
I'm just floating ideas.
God.
Super Saiyan Pod Super Saiyan. Maybe for an anime show that none of us have ever watched.
Ooh, I don't know if I.
You know?
I don't.
Popular.
I never claimed to be an anime fan.
Popular.
Well then,
Well received.
I never claimed to want to play Shenmue, but here we are.
You know?
It doesn't matter. I'm going to pay Matt so much money, he's going to force you to play
That's gonna be
Shenmue.
fucked. It's only 80 some hours, Andy. It'll be fine.
Oh,
It's only 42 hours more sessions.
And it's so fucking old.
Oh,
So go vote on the Patreon. Let me know what you want to see, what you want to hear, and we're gonna have, like I say, hopefully by the end of the month, new content offering, and we'll be restructuring stuff. If you are currently a patron, you won't be losing anything. No content going away. Things will be changed such that you will not lose anything. Everything you have now, you will still have access to. It'll be more stuff. It'll be
You're not
different
moving
stuff.
stuff around.
No.
We're adding per tier.
The D&D show at the $20, the DM's Guild being a Patreon show makes no fucking sense. That'll probably just disappear. That'll be public for everybody,
Right.
and we'll figure, it'll all move around a bit. But if you are subscribing right now, thank you very much for keeping us on the air, and do not worry, you're not going to lose anything. Go vote. Let's make Andy play Shenmue.
let's not play Shenmue.
Let's bring back the unnamed video game challenge. You know, let's do some content with a co-host.
I can't remember what that is.
That's Kevin and I think. Oh no, you and I did one too. You and I did
But what
Super
was it?
Nintendo. We did random Super
Was it just
Nintendo
random games we played?
Yeah, whoever
I don't
competitive
remember doing
game.
that.
I think we played Mario. I know Kevin and I did a bunch. Maybe only Kevin and I did it. I don't remember. But content with co-hosts, content with other people. Because I mean, let's be real. The live stream, it's okay, it's fine. But like, I'm not an influencer, as we discussed last week. I'm not.
Oh, Mr. Zany.
How's it going? It's Matthew Eads here.
That's right, Andy. But
I don't
when
think if
we're
you
doing our
start
I'll tell you
doing
right
that,
now,
you'd make
this
so
is-
much money.
it's Andy and Matt playing Shenmue.
And then all you'll hear is a thunk as I jump off the balcony.
Andrew and Matthew playing Shenmue.
Brandu. What do we call you? Brandu.
Go please vote. Go vote on the poll. Patreon.com/TalkRecklessPodcast. And hey, if you want to sign up right now, you know that's still fine. Like I say, you won't be losing anything.
If you're an Albertan, consider donating to Matt Eads instead of buying 200 tickets in the 50-50 draw.
True,
Here,
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah, did you
No,
hear?
did someone buy 200?
You-
So
okay,
every Oilers game they have a 50-50 draw,
Yeah.
which is classic. But because of the pandemic, they did this thing where they're like, you just buy them online. You don't have to be in attendance to get 50-50s. So the first day, they break $1 million the first day?
No, it was just over 700,000.
700,000.
Just
And then
hold that face.
They just shut the site down. They're like, this is fucking crazy. Things are going wrong. The machines are smoking. 700,000. Winner gets 350. And they had their draw. Then the next day they're like, all right, we're ready. We got the machines figured out and everything.
Michelle.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. And that one got up to
Just over 3 million.
just over $3 million.
Holy
Half
shit.
of it goes to the winner of the draw. They do that, and then they're like, let's fucking do it again. And on Wednesday, they got to six, just over six.
Just over 7.
Just over
I
7.
think it was just over 7 million.
Jesus.
And they were like, okay,
like as big as the
again,
Powerball.
we're out. Like we just ran out of tickets.
Yeah.
The machine didn't break.
We don't feel comfortable
we can
moving
only
$1
do this
billion
much.
today. We're going to cap it at
Right.
$7
Yeah.
million.
So then they just came out today.
Well, no, wait, let me pause you.
Okay.
We also need to add 6 hours before puck drop. That's when it stopped. That's when they stopped.
If they
it.
hadn't run out, they had 6 hours plus 2.5 hours of the game. They had 8.5 hours to keep selling. And it generally grows exponentially.
yeah, because once you see it's high, you're
Yeah.
like, fuck, 10 million, I better get in there.
So then for the next game, they're like, we increased our limit. We're going to sell till the fucking end of the game no matter
Madman.
what the fuck happens.
Well,
The
they still,
madmen.
they still do have a cap. It's $12.5 million.
It's as many digits as
That's
the screen has
Yeah.
on it. 999999999.
It's going to get to 12.5.
Oh fuck!
Because
Yeah, it's gonna, it'll at least hit 10.
It's been unintentionally almost like a prelim card in a wrestling show where people are like, these are just the little ones.
Yeah.
Wait till I heard that the next one's going to be 12.5. Let's go. Let's fucking sell it out.
Wild.
It's
It's
fucked.
ridiculous.
And also, too, worth pointing out, our lovely neighbors to the south in Calgary, I think the highest they've done on their 50-50s for the Flames is $90,000.
Which is like a good...
That's a good number.
It's a good if you had to be in arena.
Yeah, a regular
conditions,
conditions 50-50.
Yeah, everybody's kind of like comparing those two things and looking at it like, oh man, we're blowing out of the Calgary out of the water. The way I look at it is we're fucking insane. Like, we have a problem. This is an issue.
And ours is open to all Alberta residents. So
Yeah.
I don't know if Calgary's is any different.
Well, there's
but
been even too, like, there's been a lot of radio stations posting in Calgary and like places in Calgary that have been like, oh, look at Edmonton's 50-50. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
We're all in the same province.
sure you
can
get on that.
Alberta's 50-50 at that point.
it's fucking insane.
But
crazy.
on its own, though, this city itself still fucking like just
Oh
goes
yeah,
nuts
it's a
for
gamble.
it. Yeah.
This is a 50-50 city.
we
It
got
always
money
has
to
been.
gamble.
So it's fuck. And then I look at that and I'm like there's so many other things you could also support, like especially with like all the events and stuff that are asking for help this year
yeah.
that aren't running. It's like, man, like maybe we could put some money towards that. Like, don't get me wrong, the Oilers Foundation is great and they deserve every penny that they're getting, but it's just so fucked how you can like tell people, hey, we need money for this, you want to help out. Nobody will fucking
It's a shame
bother.
that just charities can't do this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
literally things in place that like small charities can't be like, because like if a charity with proper advertising was like, hey, the Stollery is doing this thing, they could raise this kind of money
Anywhere could have a
because
50-50.
Albertans are degenerate gamblers who want to be a part of the 50-50, but there's literally like limit where they're like, oh, you're not a big enough organization to have an online 50-50 go up to 12.5 million.
Yeah, it's a lot of rules and things in place.
No.
Yeah, whereas the Oilers can just fucking go ham.
It's
You
fucking
boys buying?
crazy.
You boys gonna win
No,
half of 12 mil?
I bought on Monday just for the heck of it because I was like, wow, and I honestly thought like Monday was going to be the peak of it when it got just over 6 or whatever,
we all
or 7.
did. We all
Yeah.
thought the gravy train was ending after the last
Yeah,
game.
I was like,
they
you know-
keep being like, we can go bigger.
Oh fuck, I couldn't do it. Wednesdays I was just like, no, I'm not buying. It's to the
That
point.
prize pool is too big.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
out.
Even people
What
that
would I
are
even
buying
do with $6 million?
Yeah.
Well, and people that are buying like $600 worth of tickets and stuff, it's like, fuck, how much are you increasing
That's
your
nothing.
chances? Like
My mom knows a group of 3 people that bought $8,000 worth of tickets.
Jesus.
But like even that, we could run the. You have how many tickets are being sold?
The tickets
like,
the tickets are sold in such a way where it's like you get 50 or you get 200 for 50. And then they increasingly go down where it's like, it's like
I see, the more you buy.
So, and then what it does is, so if you bought a pack of 50, however many you bought the highest tier, which is packs of 50 or 200 tickets for $50. All those tickets sold are a number. And then it's like, if you bought the 100 tickets for $20 or whatever the next lowest tier is, all those tickets are B dash
Oh, I see.
a number. And all 3 of them so far have been A dash
Oh,
a number, which makes sense because it's like
The most tickets are
there's
coming out
way
of A.
more A dash
Yeah.
anything, but it is something to see that keep popping up where it's like, well, I'm never going to do the $50 thing. So this is just like a constant reminder where it's like, you fucking not going to win. You're not going to fucking win.
you buy one.
It only takes one ticket.
Your chances between 8,000 tickets and one ticket are honestly probably so similar
yeah,
that
it doesn't
Yeah,
increase
it's just,
it
do you
that
have
much.
the money to?
you do have 8,000 times your chance to win, but 8,000 times point 0.000000001 is still negligible.
Yeah, it's not enough to matter.
Podcast.
It's fucked. Here we go.
TalkingReckless.com is an email address if you want to get in on Alberta's 50-50.
You have to be a resident.
Well, yeah, if you want to send me some, we'll talk on the Discord. I can buy some tickets for us if we want to get in together as a TR buy or something.
That'd be pretty good.
That'd be weird. I would disappear with all that money.
Fuck who wouldn't?
We lost later.
Toodaloo.
Ta-ta. Coming, I don't even remember what we're even talking about now. Write us an email.
Patreon.com.
It's
slash
too hot.
Talking
The
Reckless.
revamp. all
Let's
that.
go
Slash-
home. Patreon.com/TalkingReckless Podcast. Please go and vote. We'll have, like I say, hopefully end of the month is the plan. Go listen to our D&D show, Rolling Reckless. We all work really hard on it, and I love doing it. Nobody listens, but that's okay. But if you wanted to listen, that'd be cool. Rolling Reckless on YouTube or Spotify or iTunes.
I don't work really hard
You
on
got
that show.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had something to say.
Nope.
But you better
Go
say
buy
something now
Fall
because
Guys.
it's been yeah.
Go buy Fall Guys.
Yeah. Or go play it for free on PlayStation. But if you got PC, it's totally worth buying.
Do all that stuff. And stay safe if you can. Stay sane. We'll meet you back here next week. It'll be the next episode of the Talking Reckless Podcast. We'll see you then.